I muted myself a second time. All right, hi. Jazz hands. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We are going to hopefully, I don't think I can finish it today. I'm actually starting a little later. You can kind of tell my face is just a tad bit puffy. I was not having a wake up good morning vibe, but we are here back at Cupid Parasite. We are going to get Ryuki's second ending. We're going to get Allan's second ending, and then we're going to get into Peter's route, which shouldn't be too hard. I just looked to see if there was anything special I had to do. It just said start a new game. And so hopefully that's all it takes. So we're going to do this. I also don't know if my sound is weird or if it's just me. It's probably me. So this should be this easy. I could be wrong. Things change. I just don't understand because there's a second option here. So maybe this isn't that easy. Good morning, Jay. I finished my second route in Sympathy's Kiss. Ooh. What was your second one? Did you do the secret one? I think that's what you said. How are you doing? I'll be lurking online classes. Ooh, nice. Hello, cutie. Did you get your copy of Radiant Tale yet? I have not. It hasn't came in yet. I love the song for Fallen Angels. Did I mess this up? No, I'm on the right ending. Okay. I just finished Shuya, the bartender. Ooh. He's gonna be, so I was debating between doing him next or the redhead. I'm not sold on the redhead. His attitude was just a little too for me. There are no choices to make. Well, that's not the whole point of this. I'm trying to be lazy and get the other endings, but who knows? Although we. The bartender route was only 2 hours total. Really? Did you already do the Ryuki's route ending? Did you see the previous video completely? No, I messed up and forgot to do Ryuki's, and then I said I wasn't going to stop until I finished Allan's, and it was almost 2 a.m., so I unfortunately have a little more to do on that one. I'm going to do his ending, then I'm going to get to Ryuki's ending. I'm trying to get all the pictures, basically. Am I crazy? How do I get the other ending here? I have our good friend, hang on, I can do this. I have our good friend pulled up because I'm not sure. We're gonna let me go. Okay, so I gotta figure that one out. I opened this because I figured if I get to a certain point, we could talk about the other game. Did you already do? Pictures must be captured. That is the only goal I have. It's why I didn't do the bad endings cafe on Shantae. I didn't have to. There was no picture for bad endings. I took today off. I'll be here with you today unless I go out later. Well, I'll be here until about 2. I was going to start this at 10. Fun fact, my computer crashed twice. First it was the computer, then it was OBS. So I've been sitting here trying to get everything to turn on for an hour. But I will be playing for, let's see, it's almost 11, 3 hours, because I work at 2:30. And then hopefully we'll get us almost done with this. My plan for next week, I bought something. I said that very dramatically. I bought one of these. It's a little planner. And I wrote out my goals for this month. And on it, it has today is Cupid Parasite. I won't be playing over the weekend because I'm working. And then on Monday, we're doing Sympathy's Kiss. Tuesday, it's going to be Cupid or Sympathy, depending on how far we get. Save our tears. The good endings were already depressing. There was no picture. I had no reason. That was the main thing. I was like, who needs these? All right, we are on a bad ending, but this one doesn't have a picture. This one does. Why does this one have a picture? Wait a second. That one does. That one does. Okay, there's two pictures. I still need. I held on his body tightly as we fell. If I said that you and I could both turn back into angels, what would you say? Wait, are they going back to heaven? We can be together just like we were before. We can live in heaven in peace. With no divine artifact, we can turn back into angels. How does she know? How is she so certain? And since we're the ones that caused all the trouble in the first place, there's no way they'd ever choose us to become gods. So would you like to go back to the world where we used to live? As I asked him that question, his eyes filled with tears. Then he smiled at me and spoke.
それが一番の望みだよ。
That is my greatest wish in the world. But he is a demon, is he not? What's that, Jupiter? Are you being a little grumpy butt? Oh, it's his perspective. I was standing there staring at Cupid's bow and Juno's divine artifact, both of which had returned. Since they came back, that means Cupid didn't become Juno and went somewhere else. Jupiter has that lean, muscular body. Yeah, he's that example of there's different kind of muscular bodies. I'm not over her being like, I don't think Jupiter's cute. He's always wearing a mask. I'm like, shut up. Where could she have gone? I hope her soul didn't simply vanish. In order to see those final moments, I reached out and touched Juno's divine artifacts. That's all it took to understand everything.
そうか。天使の姿に戻ったか。
I forget he's so powerful. They returned to their angel forms. I closed my eyes and scanned all of heaven for them. There they were, two angels joined as one, just like before. Despite their having their own minds, their own emotions, angels cannot speak. That must be awful for them. The two of them looked so happy together, they were soaring across heaven. When I realized I would never hear her voice again, I felt sadness, an emotion I'd long forgotten. Peter! I'm the god of all gods. I cannot afford to let personal feelings get in the way of my duty. All that matters is what happens now.
次のキューピッドとジュノーにふさわしい天使を探すように言わなければ。
I need to find another angel to become the new Cupid and the new Juno.
だが、二人が消滅しなくてよかった。
But I truly am glad the two of them didn't have to vanish for good. He's smiling. I also enjoy that his voice sounds different when he's being Peter versus this hot guy. I whispered that quietly to myself to ensure no living soul would hear me. You could just have a thought. You don't have to say it out loud. Truth be told, I enjoyed watching the two of them over these hundreds of years. Maybe they're different voice actors. I wouldn't imagine them doing that, would they? Let's see. I have her pulled up. Let's see. No, it only has one listed on the thing. They were filled with so much joy. I would watch them whenever I could, and their joy became my joy. Aw, he's just living through them. They both cared for each other so much without ever sharing a single word. What kind of love would you call that? As the god of gods, the only love I've ever personally felt is that of a family, a kind of fraternal love, which is why I was so interested in the love between those two. Their innocence was adorable as I watched them in heaven. It was like watching a little bird in a cage. And the fact that they were still alive makes me happy once again.
対の天使たち、 すまなかった。どうか安らかな時を。
Weird analogy. He's all like, oh, look at them in cages. I think it's because they can't leave heaven. Maybe. I'm so sorry, my sweet angels. Please enjoy your time together in peace. In fact, those two were the last angels to be born in pairs. On that fateful day, Mercury decided to change the way heaven operated. Since then, no angel has ever been split apart. All they have to occupy their time is to heed the commands of their gods. After all, who could better understand the pain of those paired angels than the gods? If they had nobody to care for it in the first place, then certainly their suffering would end. I'm confused. So they never had twin angels again? How do they decide that? Also, is Kiki and Lala from there? Just curious.
ロードするのか。ああ、構わない。どの瞬間でも私は
SS. Oh, Shelby. Also, it's amazing that Shelby is the voice of the street urchin in Sympathy Kiss, right? They don't sound the same. Okay. Looking for lost time. I'm just trying to do the lazy way of getting the other endings. But I'm confused. I just want to get... I don't know if I called Silent Happiness a bad ending. That's what it's telling me. Who have I been all this time? Catchers in Lost York. Did I do it? Ah, perfect. Excellent. Then after that, there's just this image. I'm trying to figure out where to get it. It's the opposite of a love song for fallen angels. Okay. Guilty, I managed to land in Greece. We're back. I felt a sudden wave of relief and I collapsed upon the ground. I think we should be fine now. Guilty let out a sigh and looked at me. I took in his current appearance. Black horns with strange patterns, a huge wing and a long tail, and cold, ominous eyes. This is Guilty, right? I had to believe it, but when I looked at him straight on, it was hard to believe it. After all, who could imagine that their close friend would turn into a demon? Are you close? You hung out with him twice in your reality. I then felt something cold and stiff on my neck, the necklace. The necklace is still here. I thought I felt it fall away a second ago. As I stood there stunned by everything that was going on around me, this apparent demon smiled softly. And then he hugged me.
大丈夫。こうすればもう二度と思い出さなくなるから。
Dun. Don't worry, once I do this, you'll forget all of this. Huh. In that moment, a strange light also embraced me. A foreboding but alluring red light. It shined the same color as his eyes. I'll forget what.
もう二度と君のそのネックレスは見えなくなる。
You'll never need that necklace again.
封じてあげるから。
I'll seal it away completely. He gently pressed his lips against my forehead. I felt like something inside me made a sound and then left me. I have no idea what it might have been, but all of a sudden I understood completely that it would never return.
完了だね。
It's finished. He gave me a cold smile and gently stroked the back of my neck. As he touched me, I realized I was wearing was gone. Necklace. What necklace? I felt confused while Guilty still stood there looking at me anxiously. I smiled back at him to convince him everything was fine. He replied by speaking with a thoughtful expression.
一つだけ聞きたいんだけれど、
Let me ask you
アラン・
something.
メルヴィルって名前に
Do you recognize the name
聞き
Allan
覚えはあ
Melville?
る。
Allan Melville? I never heard of it before. I shook my head. I can't say I do.
そうか。
Oh, shoot.
ならいいん
I was
だ。
playing Sympathy Kiss last.
君を惑わす悪い存在の名前だから。忘れた方がい
Totally
い。
forgot. I'm hiding her face. Really? Good. That's the name of an evil being who would deceive you, forget everything you heard. With that, he spread his singular wing wide. He was planning to go somewhere far away. Before I realized what I was doing, I grabbed his arm. Wait. Please wait. You're guilty, right? When I said that name, his face twisted. It looked like he was about to cry. Or maybe not. Maybe it was just his way of smiling. It was as if whatever tension he was holding fell away, and as if he had just completed a long journey.
そうだね。 俺
That's
は
right.
ギルティだ。
I'm guilty. He said it clearly, as if to make sure there was no confusion. Without warning, he snapped his fingers. And the demon in front of me transformed into guilty, as if a curtain had been dropped. So you are guilty. I knew it. Have you been a demon all along?
ああ、そうだよ。君があまりに悪魔好みの人間だったからね。見守らせてもらったんだ。
Indeed I have. You're quite the delicacy among humans, you know, so I've been keeping an eye on you.
君みたいな子は悪魔に狙われるからね。だから、お守りをつけておいた。
A girl like you's an easy target for us demons, so I gave you an amulet. He poked my wrist. My bracelet. Wait, this was from you? He just smiled at me, knowing that was the answer I needed. I bought some merch. I bought a Dante standee, Allan standee, and matching pin. Mathis standee, keychain, and a matching pin. Oh, wait, I think I saw some of that stuff like on Otome Kitten's page. She was sharing that she sells some of that stuff. But who's Dante? Is Dante from Pio4? Because I haven't played Pio4 yet. Who's Dante? He just smiled at me, knowing that was the answer I needed. I was sure I recognized that smile, maybe from childhood. He's from Pio4? He's the white-haired? Yes! I have it. I have it. I don't see it, but I have it. There it is. There it is. There it is. I found it. Oh, Dante's the cute one that has like the two colored eyes. He's the one I'm looking forward to the most. Which is good. Oh, hi, Trico! Hello, hello, hello. Interesting, interesting. All right. I hope you had a good stream, Trico. I don't know if you're here or not. Trico is Stinky Scuffed Stream. Aww. Hello, I'm super sad. Oh, wait, he's not the two colored eyes. That's Oric. I thought you said white. Oh, is it the silver-haired one that wears the mask? Hang on. You tell me. I have the picture. 1, 2, 3 to 5. Trying to fix it at the moment. Oh, no. I couldn't get my stream to work, and now I need to fix it. Honestly, I was actually just talking about how it took me 45 minutes just to get on because everything kept crashing. First my computer, and then OBS kept crashing and not loading right, so I kept having to restart it. So I feel that. I feel that in my soul. I am too powerful? I mean, that's a nice brag. Please don't crash mine while you're here. I would be so sad. Hat wearer one in the middle. Okay, so I see. Do I even see him on the front? Oh, he's in the middle. My hand was covering. Like, where is he on the front of this case? My hand was covering. There he is. think he's like he's the main one in PO4, isn't he? He's the one that is like the expected ending. I'm so sorry, Trico. I hope you fix it. Happy almost anniversary, or is today the anniversary stream? So to brag a little, he gave me VIP and scuffed ensued. He gave you VIP? Nice. And then it broke everything. Trico broke everything. Tomorrow's the anniversary. Nice, nice, nice. Well, I'm so sorry. I did, and VIP broke everything. I've been trying to save up my points to see if I could get there in time, but sadly, I'm only at like 10k, I think. We back! Hi, Ray! Welcome back! Oh my goodness. Also, speaking of this little calendar thing and games I'm playing, I have a note section in here, and I'm trying to figure out, because my goal is to play 12 games this year. That sounds dramatic, but one a month. And so I have it only filled out at the very top, and then games coming out this year, because I don't have dates. Okay, BRB, okay, good luck. I hope your stream works after this. Currently, there's nothing coming out in May that's new, so I figured that's the month I can play something else. I'm debating between Code Realize to get that started, because I wanted to play Wintertime in December, and you have to play the first two. Leah, you're going to catch up and run out of Otome games. I don't think that's true, since Asia showed us a list of over 120-something games. There's no way I'm gonna catch up. I still have games over here that I haven't touched. PO4 is one of them. PO4, haven't touched this game. Own it, haven't played it. Those are indie games. They're still games. We could just do horror games then. I mean, I love horror games. Little Nightmare I have pre-ordered. I'm waiting for that one now. That one I will definitely play. I played 1 and 2 last year on stream. I'd already played 1 and 2 to be clear, but I streamed them last year for Halloween so that I can play the third one. Yay! Dying Light 2. I really should play that. I love Dying Light. I played the first one all the way through, but I didn't play the second one. That one would be fun though. And then I also wanted to play, I keep wanting to play Left 4 Dead again, because I used to play that all the time. Like every day, like religiously. I would come home from work and play Left 4 Dead for like 2 hours a day at least. And get about 4 rounds in, so. I like my zombies. Alright, there was someone who always stood up by me so that I was never afraid. Someone who made sure I was always comfortable. But we'll see. I definitely plan on doing horror in October again. You don't need to head to the forest? My little guardian angel. There's nothing to be afraid of. I got rid of it. I'm here with you, so just calm down and go to sleep. Fading my dream. Guardian demon. Listen to me, never take off this bracelet. Even when you're asleep, you need to wear it. Always and forever. It'll always protect you. It gives Maleficent vibes, actually. It reminds me of Aurora and Maleficent when she was a baby. So the voice I heard when I wanted to go into the forest and the voice when I cried myself to sleep, that was you, Guilty. 'Twas you the whole time. You were always there watching over me ever since I was a child. You remembered that you were so young. Maybe, but I still remember. I remember there was always someone there when I was scared, when I was crying. Guilty. I took his hand and looked up at him. When he saved me at the pool, it brought back so many memories. Since then, I haven't stopped thinking about you. I can't explain why, but I think it's because you protected me from those other demons. He didn't say a word. He just looked at me. He seemed exhausted, as if he had been dealing with a troublesome child, and took a step back. He looked like he wanted to escape, so I ran up to him in desperation. Please, guilty, don't leave me. Even after I grabbed onto him, he didn't say anything. Rude. For some reason, it seemed like he was trying to avoid me despite the fact that he had been protecting me all this time.
俺は悪魔だよ。人間の君のそばにはいられない。
I'm a demon. I can't be with a human like you. Ah! That's so rude. Like me? What's wrong with me? But I love you.
君には普通の人と人生を歩む方が似合っている。
He's like, we spent 2 days together. I saved you from a pool and then took you to the ocean. You're not in love with me. You'll be happy with another normal human. Don't let a demon seduce you.
俺のことは忘れて人間と幸せになるんだ。
Don't just forget about me. Find another human to be happy with. Are we going for the naughty endings? Yes, we're going for the other 2 endings. Ryuki has 1 ending I'm missing for the pictures. He has 2. I'm having to look and see what the name of the other ending is. Let's see. Love Song for Angels. Common route ending. You can only unlock this ending after clearing Raoul or out. Dude, I mess up? Parasite harem? I'm so sorry. What does that mean? Have I done something weird? Imagine going to court and when you introduce yourself and saying, I'm guilty, self-incriminating yourself. You're like, no, but I am guilty. And they're like, okay, so why are we here? You're like, nah, I'm guilty. You have to pull out your driver's license. Imagine getting carded and your name's guilty. Like, are they gonna believe you? I have a friend whose legal name is Princess and she looks so young. She's like, someone's gonna think my ID's fake. I don't want to live without you. How could I forget you? I want to be with you forever. At this point, how could I just forget him and go on with my life? I don't know what I just felt, but it touched me.
君は神話を研究しているんだろう。俺が悪魔だって知って怖くないの？
She's like, listen, Twilight, they changed the name. Midnight is the most popular story right now. You've been studying mythologies, right? Shouldn't you be afraid of demons like me? Maybe I just want to devour your soul. You could have done that already. I don't care. I don't want to let go of you ever again.
なんで?
Why? How can I ever feel at ease again without you? As soon as I said it, I knew that was my honest feelings. I couldn't imagine feeling the same way with anyone else. This was the first time in my life I felt such a desperate need to be with someone else. Please, guilty, don't go. I ran up to him, embracing him, and he faltered. Eventually, he tentatively hugged me back.
困った子だな。
You just love to cause trouble, don't you? That's right. That's my middle name. Leah Trouble Mirror. If you've been watching me since I was young, then you know I'm selfish, right?
そうだね。
True enough.
一度言い出したら聞かない子だってこともね。
I also know that you never listen to anyone once you've made up your mind.
俺は我慢しようと思ってたのに。でももう平気なはずだ。
I've tried to conceal my feelings, but maybe it'll be okay.
くれるだろう。
I just hope you'll forgive me for this. I mean, I forgave you for stabbing me. I don't know what more I could do. He seemed to be talking to himself. Suddenly, he snapped his fingers. Without warning, he turned back into his demon form.
この姿を見ても好きだって言える。
Seeing me as I am now, can you still say you love me? Of course.
これが俺の本来の姿。そして君以外の人間には見えない。
There's my cute boy. I mean, we've seen worse. I wouldn't even say this is bad. It's like, oh no, he has a full face and horns and claws and a tail. Ooh. We romance Monsieur. Yeah, but Monsieur turned into a real boy midway through that story. He lost the horns. Actually, those aren't even his horns. Wait, he was a figment of our imagination. He was just a ball of emotions with like slits for eyes. And we fixed him. His form was scary. We weren't supposed to see. Okay, you're right. It was scary, but he can't help how he looked. This form makes me want to bully him. For a second, Ray, I thought you were Asia. That sounds like something Asia would have said. It's my true form. Nobody else in this world can see me. Nobody.
ああ。こうして俺と話している君は、他人の目からは一人で喋っているように見えているはずだ。
When you talk to me, people will think you're
そんな
talking to
男と
yourself.
幸せになりたい。
Do you still want to be with me? Asia possessed Ray. Asia haunts the street. Oh my god. Yes, absolutely. I don't care if people think I'm talking to myself. Let's talk to myself. Hey.
俺がひどい罪ばかり犯してきた悪い悪魔でも。
Even if I'm the most horrific demon imaginable who has committed the most horrific sins. Man, you really just can't take yes for an answer, can you? Whatever that means, losing you would be worse. We all have our dark sides. We're just like, it's fine. These flags aren't even red. They're yellow at best. He's been with me since childhood. He disappeared once. I didn't want to let him go again. Since I was young, there's always been some place I wanted to return to. I have never known what that meant, but it's probably you, so I don't want to let you go. He acts like he's horrible. Have you met the cast of Verce, Allan? Verce. Oh my god. I mean, we have test subjects. We have people who willingly deceive us. We have a boy who murders us multiple times. Oh man. And then there's the scientist who actually is evil. Sheen got a pass from being really cute and on his route, but like when you hear all the stuff he's done in other routes, not so cute. I looked him in the eye and when I said that, apparently that was enough.
降参だ。まあ、あれを施したから、もう大丈夫だろうしね。
I give up. I finished it, so I guess it's fine. What do you mean it?
いや、こっちの話。でも、人間が好きになったら、
Allan is practically a pure snowflake, Jay says, as this is the sentence on the screen. Forget it. Doesn't matter. When you fall in love with a human, feel free to let me know. Why would you say something like that? I mean, I'll never love anyone but you, Guilty.
はいはい。Guilty.
Right, guilty. He muttered softly to himself and embraced me. His warm scent took me back to a time when he was there by my side. Finally, I had a memory to go back to, and I wasn't about to let go. And anyone watching, she's hugging air.
Guilty. 有罪なのは俺なのか
Guilty?
彼女なのか
Who is it? Me or her? It's you.
罪の名のもとに偽物の舞台が幕を開ける
She's not hugging air. It looks like it. She's gonna be in a mental ward by the end of her life. In the name of our sins, let us take the stage.
果たしてどちらが心にとって高貴なことなのだろう
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind
暴虐な運命の投げつける石や矢を耐え忍ぶことと
to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous
それ
fortune,
とも寄せくる怒涛の苦難に対して武器を取り
or take arms against a sea of troubles
三然と対峙し
by opposing
終
and
止符
them.
を打つのと
So, what's happening? That's when I started to live with Guilty. Him a demon and me a simple college student in Lost York. I shared that story on the Discord for the manga called The Demon Orion. whatever, Orion. They live together in that story, and he is a demon, and so full circle. Everyone should read that manga. It's only 4 volumes long. He taught me so much about the demon, what demons actually were. He told me how they don't need to eat like humans and how sometimes they didn't want to eat at all to avoid getting fat. He also told me how hard it was maintaining a human form all the time and how it was a pain explaining why he was always around me. And I learned that since demons don't age, their physical form doesn't age either. Finally, he told me that if I kept spending time with the demon, I wouldn't be able to receive the blessing of the gods. But I wanted to stay with him anyways because I loved him.
であるからにして、この一文からは悪魔が当初、神のように扱われて
I
い
can
た
also
こと
cheat
が
on
わか
every
り、
test I take going forward because Allan can be there. No one can see him. He can go get answers for me. I can be like, and then he'll know to go get the answers. We're cheating now. So based on this, we can tell that demons were treated similar to gods, and Guilty and I were in class together as usual. Today's lecture was focused on mythologies, specifically focused on demons.
へえ、神のように扱われるか。人間って面白いこと考えるんだね。
Treated like gods, huh? Humans sure do love to come up with interesting theories. Floating right behind me, Guilty lifted up my book and flipped it over. Come on, not again.
し、声出したら怪しまれるよ。今俺の姿は君にしか見えないんだから。
He's my annoying imaginary friend. I need this to be an anime. It's so cute. It truly is. Also, the art's just so pretty on this game, too. If you keep talking out loud, they'll think you're crazy. Remember, you're the only one who can see me. I know you're right, but a book flipped over by itself, it's still pretty suspicious. Why don't you just come down here in your human form? I whispered it quiet enough so no one else would hear, but he just laughed.
人型になったら大学の講義に潜り込めないだろ？
If I was in my human form, I wouldn't be able to sneak into lectures like this, now would I?
その上こうして君にずっと張り付いている言い訳も考えなきゃならない。それに。
Besides, I'd have to come up with an excuse for being at your side all the time, and on top of that, he moved closer and kissed me on the cheek.
こうやってキスもできないだろ？
They're straight up dating. What a happy life. Alright, it's the wind! I wouldn't be able to kiss you like that, right? As his lips softly touched my cheek, I started to blush. The sound of the kiss lingered in my ears.
どうしたの？顔真っ赤だけど大丈夫？
What's wrong? Why is your face turning red? Be quiet, Gilly. I'm fine. Gilly shot me a suspicious glance, but after a second, he faced forward again. Right? I glared at the demon sitting behind me, making sure Gilly wasn't paying attention. Guilty, seriously, I told you not to do this during class.
君が可愛すぎるのがいけないんだ。
I can't help myself, you're just too cute. He chuckled, patting my head. The demon who had stood by my side since childhood, there was no doubt he was my boyfriend now. I'm a little concerned by the sentence, but we'll go with it. He took advantage of the fact that he was invisible and came with me to every class.
それで今日の講義後はどうする？
So, what should we do after class? I really wanted to go to the new ice cream place on 7th Avenue. Instead of saying it out loud, I gotten used to writing things down in my notebook. All of our conversations were in writing. Both, he replies, because he has to pick up the pen. I feel like her grades will suffer. Yeah, if you had an invisible boyfriend with you at class kissing your cheek and picking up your books and distracting you, yeah, it'd probably be hard.
アイスか。いいね。じゃあ、たまには俺も人型になろうか。
I see. Ice cream, huh? Sounds nice. Maybe I should show up in my human form. I thought about that and wrote in my notebook again. You don't have to. It's hard for you, right?
でも、一人でアイス食べるのは。
But you don't want to eat ice cream alone, do you? That's how he showed he cared about me. I knew how exhausting it was for him to try and keep up a human form. Is it? He did it quite a while. I also remember that he told me how demons don't have the same sense of taste as humans. I can't get over what a sweet demon he is. He always indulges me. With those pleasant feelings in mind, I picked my pen up again. I'm never alone because you're always there with me. Also, since you're not human, eating a lot will make you fat, right? I glanced at Guilty and poked his stomach. You've been eating too much with me around lately. You need to go back to being a demon.
そっか。ま、太って君に愛想つかされたら嫌だからな。
Right, well, hopefully you won't leave me even if I get a little chubby. I don't care if you look completely different. Girls will chase after you no matter what. So, to be honest, that's not really the reason I want him to keep his demon form. As a human, Guilty is as handsome as wise. And so wise, every lost yogurt looking for love comes to talk to him. I know how eager college students are. I'm just afraid another girl will come along and take him. I would never say that to him, of course. I keep that to myself.
可愛い顔してるね。
He's a matchmaker
恋する女の子の
now.
顔だ。
Your face is so cute. The face of the girl in love. His voice came into my ear from directly behind me. I wanted to cry out, but he quickly put a hand over my mouth.
今は授業中だよ、マイハニー。
It's time for class, my darling. And don't whisper into my ear like that. That's what I wanted to say, but since he was holding my mouth, I could only glare at him.
可愛い顔だ。
Look at that scary face. I know this isn't your real intention. If I fail this class, Guilty, it's your fault. As he saw me write that in my book, he flapped his wings.
確かに、またレポート提出前、徹夜に付き合わされたら大変だ。
It's true. I don't know how I can stay up all night with you the day before your report is due.
じゃあ、悪い悪魔はおとなしく寝てるよ。君の膝枕でね。
So I guess this bad demon should behave and go to sleep on your lap, maybe. What? Before I could do anything, he laid himself across the classroom chairs, and of course his head was in my lap.
やっぱり寝るなら君の膝が一番だ。おやすみ、マイハニー。
There's no better place to sleep than your lap. Good night, my darling. He let out the honest-to-God yawn and went to sleep. Come on, how am I supposed to focus? Still, I couldn't deny that it made me happy, so I left everything as it was. As I listened to the lecture, I absent-mindedly stroked Guilty's head. My boyfriend insists on calling himself a bad demon. Good morning, Matt. So possessive, so spoiled, a far sight from the mature version of himself he used to be. This said there was a CG in this route. Where's the CG? On the way home, we went to 7th Avenue. We spotted a new ice cream shop where we bought salted caramel ice cream. We enjoyed it as we walked down the street.
ほんと君は美味しそうに食べるね。
Everything looks so delicious when I watch you eat. That's because it really is delicious. I'm glad we came here. A date with Guilty. Of course, everyone else thinks I'm out here window shopping by myself, enjoying my ice cream. I stare into a window display at a particularly cute outfit. Guilty, look! That lamp is so cute.
どれ？
Which one? The one shaped like an eagle. Did they finally get the eagle lamp? When I pointed it out, I noticed Guilty let out a particularly long sigh.
ああ。確かに可愛いね。でもこれ以上部屋にライトを置いたら眩しくて眠れないよ。
It's definitely cute, but if we put another lamp in our room, I won't be able to fall asleep. I guess that's true. I really was cute, but Guilty had a point.
それよりそろそろ新しいワンピースが欲しいって言ってただろ？どういうのがいいの？
Didn't you say you wanted a new dress? What kind of dress did you have in mind? I looked around and my attention was quickly drawn to a display window to another shop. The one that one's really pretty. What do you think? Is that a good match? I pointed out a red dress I noticed, but Guilty seemed hesitant.
あれ？君にはまだ大人っぽいんじゃないの？
Don't you think it's a little too mature for you? Rude. No, I don't think so. Honestly, I did think it was too mature for me, but it seemed like something he would like, and I wanted that for him. Of course, I couldn't say that to him directly, so it felt too childish. What about this one? I looked back at him and it was clear he wasn't paying attention. His eyes were focused on something. Was he looking for another delicious dream? But I'm his girlfriend. Annoyed, I yanked his hand, then I shoved our ice cream right in front of his face. Here, eat up. Uh-huh, look at him. He's just floating. When I did that, he looked puzzled and then completely confused.
ね、君。
He's so fluffy, I
今の
know.
俺の姿が人に見えてないって分かってる？
So it's like his shirt turned into pants. Hey, come on. You do remember that nobody besides you can see me, right? Yeah, sure, but you ignoring me is worse than other people thinking I'm some kind of weirdo.
いつでも君を見てるだろ？
I've never ignored you. But I just caught you looking at another woman.
ああ、それは君に似合う服を探してたんだよ。
What? No, I was just looking at some clothes that I thought might suit you. Huh? Clothes that might suit me. I looked where Guilty was pointing and saw a woman built exactly
あ
like
ん
me.
な服とか似合いそうだろ？だから見てただけ。別に夢を狙ってたわけじゃないよ。
You probably look good in that, right? That's why I was looking at her. Come on. You can't think I'd care about her dreams. Are you sure?
ほんとさ。
Absolutely. Then can you try giving me a little attention? Honestly, this wasn't the place to tell him how I felt, but I just wanted him to kiss me. Guilty chuckled at my modest
今日は
request.
随分と甘えん坊なんだな。
You're acting like such a baby today. Maybe I am. But when I was with Guilty, I was worried that I was acting too childish. She doesn't know she's his other half in this route. She also doesn't really remember their past lives in this route. He just thinks he's with a new version of her. He was always looking out, looking into the distance like a proper adult. I felt like he might leave me and go somewhere else. I was stood frozen in place and he came up and kissed
かまっ
me.
てじゃなくて、キスしてだろ？
You don't want attention, right? You want a kiss? He licked his lips and looked me right in the eyes. It's not fair. Even when I don't say what I'm thinking, he gives me exactly what I want, but people are looking at
俺の
us.
姿は他人からは見えないって言っただろ？
You remember that no one can see me, right? We kissed again and Guilty licked his lips.
うまいね。塩キャラメルアイス。
Homo. The salted caramel ice cream is so delicious. Wait, I want you to try this one. And I shout out, he puts his finger on my
大
lips.
声出したら変に思われるだろ？
Keep yelling like that and people will think you're going crazy. But you...
そうだね。ちょっといたずらが過ぎたみたいだ。
I know, maybe my little tricks have gone too far. Guilty glanced around and gently let me go. Then he looked me in the eyes, clearly
Ne.
anxious.
君は本当に俺でいいの？
Listen, Leah, are you sure I'm the one? All of a sudden, he lowered his voice as if he wanted to make sure we were alone.
ガイルとかオースティンといれば一緒の時を歩めるんだよ。こうして他人の目を気にする必要もない。
If you dated Gilly or Austin, you could have coasted through life together. You wouldn't have to care about anyone else. Maybe, but you're the only one I care about, Guilty. I'm only happy when I'm with you. Even if people look at me strange, I've never been happier than I am talking with you. I smiled and handed the ice cream back to him, but what if she's crazy? Hear me out. If she described this to anybody and the fact that she's the only one that can see him, maybe she's just crazy. Here you go. Enjoy your ice cream. I want to share this flavor with you.
たく幸せになってほしいっていう人の気も知らないで。
Good God, can you not understand people who just want you to be happy?
それに甘える俺も大概か。
Although I let you take care of me, so I guess I can't talk. Guilty sighed softly and revealed a gentle smile.
じゃあ一口もらおうかな。
Fine, I guess I can have a little bit. Good, here you go. He bit into ice cream and smiled sweetly.
おいしいね。酸っぱい。
It's really tasty, it's so sour. Yeah, right? I knew you'd say that, Guilty. As usual, when he tastes something sweet, he describes it as sour. It's probably a demon thing, but I still find it endearing. Good, then have some more. Then let's go have some bubble tea. You love that, right?
そんな話君にしたっけ？
Did I tell you that? Of course, wait, when did you say that? I don't remember, but I know I love that texture, so let's go, pretty please? I tried to look into his eyes, but he seemed to be looking somewhere far away. As if he was remembering another time, but he still looks so kind.
そうだね。後でバブルティー
Sure.
飲みに行こうか。
Let's get some bubble tea later. Great, then I'll make sure not to eat anything till then. Okay.
君は本当に俺を甘やかす天才だね。
You're basically a professional at indulging.
君の幸せを望んでいるのに、もう君なしじゃ生きられない。
I just want you to be happy, but now I don't think I can live without you. That's good though, right?
本当。君は俺を惑わす悪魔だよ。
Even as a demon, I don't understand you. He smiled calmly as if he had just made peace with
俺
something.
はずっとそばにいるよ。
I'll
君
always,
が望まなくても
I'll always be with you, even if you don't want me to.
一
I'll
生
be there.
ね。
We ate our ice cream and smiled at each other. I don't care if people think I'm weird. I've never been happier. Guilty, an invisible demon. I ate ice cream as if I had already accepted our sin together. Guilty, an invisible demon. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Uh,
はーい、イベントビューへようこそ。
yeah.
神話について語り合おう。
Listen, Gil, I'm talking. I'm talking now. Alright, so a love song for fallen angels is the good ending. I have too many like screens open. Alright, silent happiness we got. I wish she put the numbers next to it. Unless you work. Alright, so okay. I'm gonna see if this works. Let's see. This could work. We're cooking. Okay.
ロードするのか。ああ、構わない。どの瞬間でも私は SS だからな。
Kinder than anyone. Kinder than anyone. Okay, let's see. Okay. I remember a night with him. I don't know if this is going to do it. We'll see. I remember the ceiling of a room where we first slept together. The dark, gentle room. His name isn't Guilty. His real name is Allan. This might not get us there. We'll see. I'm trying to just kind of cheat. He took another step backwards. Why? Why do you help me? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This might not work. I'm trying to be lazy. Here. Ah, no! You really caught guys. Barely wearing t-shirts. What have I done? Did I? Okay, it's just quiet. I was like, I can't hear anything. I feel like this guy, does it not? Someone's happy. Silent happiness. I'm not trying to get there. I know there's no choices, but I want to fast forward. Like, plus, I'm not sure if this cheat works. I basically went to my last load because this is where it said to make a save, and then this is where the choices changed. There literally is no more choices. I think that's why it's saying I can't fast forward. And this is where Allan disappeared. When the chicken found me. You know, you remember the chicken. Here, we'll go here while we're waiting. Oh, oops. What's up, Debbie Cutsy Wide? Alright, so this is the next game coming out. Just while it's fast forwarding, we can do this. Oh, wait, did we finally do it? No, this is the right ending. Is this the wrong ending? Have I broke this game? I just don't understand, because it's like, it's this route, but then it's this option. I'm so lost. I'm excited to see what are going to be in the limited edition. I would love them to show stuff. Oh, I minimized the window. I minimized the window, so it disappeared. I also don't know when it's coming out yet. Parasite House. I solemnly swear that I will love you. Did I get the ending I want? Like, game. Mysterious new creature has appeared in Lost York. Could it be a divine message or evidence of an unknown civilization?
彼女は打電した。
Okay. I didn't know it had a little breakdown of all the guys. This is too spicy. My tongue is numb. Go on. I'm really excited for the new guy. I think he looks really cute. I did it. Thank goodness. I was just guessing because she had her thing saying like save here and then make these choices. I'm like, let's just say I did all the right choices prior to this. Then all I have to do is load my already existing save. And that's how she
打
fell.
電した彼女は俺と同じ無魔になり、サキュバスとして人の夢を食らうようになった。
I fell and became an incubus, and when she fell, she became a succubus feeding on others'
純
dreams.
粋だった彼女を俺が
Oh no. She was so pure, and I tainted her soul. You didn't have to work that hard. Does she get a succubus form? I wanted to see Clarice's succubus form. With my demon wing, we flew together and landed on a hotel rooftop. We sat on the roof looking for a meal. Eventually, we sensed a couple sleeping in one of the upper floors. Helen, look! Don't their dreams seem delicious?
はあ、いいね。じゃあ今日の夕ご飯はあれにしようか。
Definitely, they look like dinner. Great! We grasped each other's hands and entered the hotel window. I've become a succubus, and Allan is an incubus, so we've basically become a couple. We're like a couple. And our meal tonight is the dream of a couple in love. Every night we fly around Lost York looking for a similar meal, but since we're a couple, we don't want to eat our meals separately. Lately, we've been trying to get into couples' dreams and devour them together. What do we call that? A menage a trois? Anyways, it's just a dream, right? Right? Today's meal was so delicious. After we ate their dreams, we retreated to the rooftop. The night window blows against our cheeks. It's so nice to do that with everyone. Allan lost in a dream, and the girlfriend, the dreamer. Me in the dream, and the boyfriend dreaming the dream. The four of us, so delicious, made more sweet with the spice of sin. It's so addictive.
悪魔らしいセリフだね。
That's such a demonic line. Naturally, being a demon is so much fun. No god scolds me like Dad did, and I don't have any quotas to meet. We can live freely, doing whatever we want. How fun is that?
すっかり悪魔の顔つきだな。
You've completely become a demon, huh? Wait, this is a bad ending? I don't know, they're happy, aren't they? Aren't they happy down here in this chapter called Never Gonna Let Me Go? I mean, it's after being a perfect match. Is this supposed to be the perfect match if you went the bad way? And this is the perfect match if you went the good way? Is that what's happening? It's just naughty. Oh, okay. Okay. Allan looked at me with a feeling I've never seen before, as if he was feeling the weight of bringing a pure god down to his level. If that was the case, I wanted to make it clear how happy I was to be with him. Allan, listen. I love you.
俺もだよ。好きだ。
I know, and I love you too. Are you happy being with me?
もちろん。君は
Of course, and you? Obviously, I can't imagine being happier.
後悔はしてない。
You don't regret anything. Why would I? But do you?
するわけない。俺は今最高に幸せだよ。
Of course not. I'm happier than I've ever been. Could you kiss me?
俺が今しようと思ったところだよ。
I would like nothing more. He leaned in and kissed me as gentle as ever. Is that all? I smiled at him, hoping that he would prompt him. I felt a spark light in his heart. Oh!
そんな挑発してただで済むと思ってるのか？
You really thought you'd get through that unscathed. She's wearing... What is she wearing? Does she have pants on? I'm seeing a lot of thigh and the bend. She is adorable. I like her haircut. I like her widow horns. She has red eyes now. I have some confusion with her appearance, but you know what? Look, their tails are tangled together. How cute. I would guess a thong or panties. That's fair. It's just hard to tell from this angle. You really thought you'd get through that unscathed. And what are you gonna do to me? I smiled at him, playing innocently. He stroked my leg.
散々体に覚えさせただろ
You've been practicing, haven't you? Practicing what? Looks like they're in cosplay. It looks like they're into something. This pose, though, you got me. I don't know how she's balancing up here. He smiled, showing his fangs, the smile of a demon. I think maybe I forgot. Could you show me again? My stomach was full of dreams, but my body was still hungry. What happened in a dream was nothing like what happens in real life. You taught me about this, Allan, so you have to show me. I smiled like a demon I was. Allan stared deep into me and bit into my lip.
本当に悪い子だ。
Oh my god.
上出来だよ。
What a naughty girl. You've done well. Oh my stars. I wasn't prepared. We bit into each other, our tongues intertwine. I need more than fingers, I search. Demons are indeed greedy. But despite our greed, we don't need anything more than each other. This moment is meant for couples. We were once two angels divided. Our connection is deeper than anyone's in this world. Allan, I love you.
Succubus.
That's very breathy. Leah. A kiss that melt like honey. We bit and scratched each other's shoulders. I show my throat to him. He looks up at the moon in the sky. Oh! The breathy makes it more, yeah, yeah. Like, oh my, did he just inhale? Like, what was that? Have you heard the tale about the lovers in Lost York who has a perfect dream? When you have that dream, you see a demon that comes to kiss you. Anyways, that's just a rumor people have been hearing in the subway. Together we became a legend. Do you think we'll become a legend together someday? An ex-Cupid and an ex-angel who fell to become demons. Fallen, violated, adored, immortalized. We'll sprinkle our fragrance like a ripened fruit. Allan, more and more.
欲張りだね。
Ooh.
いいよ。ほら、捕まって。
You're so greedy. Okay, hold on. But imagine Clarice in this outfit. Why didn't they give me this? Give me Clarice in this outfit.
君がお望みならどこまでも俺が落としてやるよ。
If you want, I'll help you fall over and over again. See, I feel like I'm dreaming again. Dreams are supposed to be happy, right? So give me another delicious dream. I shake off my one remaining wing and gaze up at the twinkling stars. Mommy demon, I need to see it. Yes, I want mommy demon. I thought you were going for a cute seal inside the purple tulip mascot. Oh, no, it's the little beer mascot. That's what it is, right? I've only seen a couple other pictures of it. Oh, it's okay. Everything's fine. I shake off my one remaining wing and gaze up at the twinkling stars. I'd fallen and maybe I'm filthy, but that's not enough to be apart from him. Our happiness is enough to keep us together for all time. I entrust myself to our delight in the moment and sink my nails into his back. I'm going to remind everyone that this game was rated T. Interesting, interesting. I'm going to say it, that pose did not look comfortable for either one of them. Alrighty. Lynette demon form is spicy. Is spicy. She's spicy. Alright.
Hi! イベントビューへようこそ。
Not the right one.
神話について語り合おう。
DA536E ギャラリーの僕を見て顔面偏差値上げたら
Alright, we have 15 of 15 now, so we got all his. So we just need his other ending. And then looks like it was for a boardrobe shot for a magazine. Yeah, it definitely was spicy. Definitely not normal. Ryuki! Sometimes that changes. Why isn't it changing?
ロードするのか。ああ、構わない。
It's
どの瞬間でも私は SS だからな。
Let's see if I can get the other one. He's so happy. I miss him. I miss how sweet he is. Look at that face. He's like, what are you wearing? Every day. I just want the ones that have pictures. So this one doesn't have a picture. It's this one that has a picture. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can get there. He's spicy in a different way. He's spicy in the way he makes you want to cry. While we're fast forwarding. All right, let's see. So, when a gap couple love type devotion love marries their true love, they show an unwavering devotion. Every day is sweeter than the sweetest. Interesting. Did I do it? Did I do it? I went to the wrong window. Hang on, I'm gonna keep doing this. I keep minimizing it and it ruins it. Do you already know what game you want to play next after 10 Goku? It's either going to be... I just forgot every single name. Code Realize, because I want to play Wintertime in December, so I need to start it. Or... There was two. There was two. What was the other one? Oh no, it was the other one. There was another one. I had two earlier. I said I was thinking of playing. Radiant Tell? I think it was going to be Radiant Tell. Or Code Realize. The reason for Radiant Tell is because then I can play the second one when it comes out. And the reason for Code Realize is because the Wintertime one is the third in that series, so I need to get through the first two. And then on the off chance that I actually finish Sympathies Kissed before the end of March, I'll probably switch to Jack and Jean streams just to start working on progressing through Jack and Jean. So those are my two thoughts right now. Does Radiant Tell the second one have a release date yet? I don't think it does. Did I do it? Are we on it? Yeah. Okay, perfect. We were headed for Lost York Hotel. Ruki's grandma was waiting for us there, but...
やっぱり無理だ。
I can't do it. Ruki came skidding to a stop before we reached the hotel. He dropped to the ground looking deflated. Are you okay?
全然平気じゃない。おばあさまに会うのが怖い。
I'm not okay at all. I'm afraid to see my grandmother. But you're...
だって、おばあさまは厳しい人なんだ。僕がレディースを作ったなんて知ったら絶対に怒る。
It's the year of
下手し
Fandist.
たら破門かも。
It's true. That's why, though. That's why I couldn't play the second one for Radiant Tell unless I play the first one. Code Realize is an older game that I wanted to play the winter game in December last year, but then I realized it was the third one, and I was like, I don't want to jump on the third one. So that means I have to play 1 and 2 and then 3. And then we don't have a date yet for Verche. We don't have a date yet for Hakuoke, which I have that pre-ordered. It's supposed to be coming out between April and June. So I'll have that too soon. Yeah, there's so many fan discs. If you don't play the first one, you can't play the second one, which I had already planned playing Cupid Parasite in February prior to them announcing the fan disc. And then I was like, oh gosh. Actually, when is that fan disc coming out? See? My book of notes. Let me open the book up. I made this literally to keep track of Otome games, by the way. Let's see. I have to put something in here. All right, I've got Code Realize Wintertime is the only thing I know I want to play for sure. I have Hakuoke, Cupid Parasite Part 2, Verche Part 2, Radiant Tell Part 2 listed on here of games coming out this year. And May has a big blank next to it, so. She was the most strict person I've ever met. If she finds out I have a girlfriend, she'll be furious. She might even disown me.
計査員じゃないって言われたら。 どうしよ
If she says I'm not a Keisayan anymore, what am I supposed to do? His voice was weaker than I'd ever heard it before. He looked up at me.
う。ねえ、僕と駆け落ちしてって言ったら怒る？
Would that be better than telling your grandmother? She could still disown you if you run away. What are you talking about? Would you be mad if I asked you to run away with me? Run away? It sounded like a line straight out of one of those movies I watched up in Celestia or one of our own mythology stories. They ran away for all different kinds of reasons. They even had what happened with Paris and Helen in the Trojan War. No, I wouldn't be mad.
本当？
Really? He was looking at me with doubt in his eyes. I nodded at him. Really, I don't care where I go as long as you're there with me.
じゃあ僕と駆け落ちして二人で生きていこう。
Please come with me. I want to be together with you. Ryuki stood up and took my hand. Honestly, what I should do is make like a diagram with a bunch of different games, the ones I own versus what's coming out this year, so I can figure out what method I even want to go with. We turned our back on the Lost Shore Hotel where Ryuki's grandmother and was presumably waiting for us. We were going to live together somewhere that had no connection to the Keisayan name. It seems like a steep step, but at that moment we had no idea where that place might be. We headed to my place for the time being, and in the end we decided to live there together. I'm home!
おかえり。
Welcome back. I got home from work to see Ryuki there with dinner waiting for me. I was still working at Cupid Corp. Ryuki had canceled the lease on his store and was selling his Ryuki goods exclusively online. So he spent most of his day at home taking care of all the housework. Kagura! Nice to see you too, Kagura.
ご飯できてるよ。手洗ってきて。
Dinner's ready if you want to wash your hands. Okay. I went to my room to change and looked at the pictures on the wall. Was Clarice really okay with this? She said she was going to go look for true love too. The day I brought Ryuki home, I was wearing his wedding dress, so naturally Clarice was curious about our relationship. And as a result...
ああ、なるほどなるほど。じゃあ私この家出てくわ。ちょうどそろそろ真実の愛を探しに行こうと思ってたしね。
I see, I see. Then I guess it's time for me to move out. I was just thinking it was about time for me to find my true love. What do you mean?
ミッションコンプリートってこと。じゃあ二人はお幸せに。
My mission is complete. I wish you two all the happiness in the world. Seriously. Yeah, her mission was just to watch me until I found love. I hope she didn't feel like I was kicking her out. I washed my hands and went back to the living room. As soon as I got a whiff of the delicious Japanese food, my stomach started to rumble. Did you hear that?
聞こえた。
I sure did. He laughed softly as he laid on the food.
そんなにお腹の音で訴えなくてもご飯はたくさんあるから。ほら、食べよ。
I feel like his apartment was better. We should have moved into his apartment. Just saying. Your stomach doesn't need to start crying. There's plenty for both of us. Come on, let's eat. Okay, I grabbed my chopsticks, which I finally gotten used to handling. Another of our daily meals began. Well, they're having daily meals after dinner. I was laying face down in bed, dozing lightly as Ryuki sat on my back. Wait, what? Face down in bed, dozing lightly as Ryuki sat on my back. Oh, is he giving her a massage? Hang on. I was not picturing this right. Every day when I came home, Ryuki would give me a massage. It had become our daily routine. It feels so nice.
あんた肩凝りすぎ。どうやったらこんなになるの？
Your shoulders are so stiff. What's the source of all this tension? It's all that desk
に
work.
したって仕事中にできるストレッチもあるでしょ。後で教えるから一緒にやるよ。
There's some stretches you can do even at a desk, you know. I'll show you later. We can do them together. Hey,
別に僕にはこれぐらいしかできないしさ。どう？
it's the least I can
ここは
do.
気持ちいい？
How's this? Does it feel good right here? Maybe a little more to the left,
こ
like this. That's the spot.
う？それならよかった。
glad. He sounded slightly embarrassed, but continued massaging my back and shoulders. I had nearly fallen asleep again when I heard a small sigh from above me.
面倒かけてばっかで
I'm really
ほんと
sorry
ごめん。
for all the trouble I'm caused you. Come on, you don't need to apologize. You've been doing so much for me.
でも僕がもっと立派だったらあんただってこんな肩こらないはずなのに。
But if I was a better man, your shoulders wouldn't be so tense. I don't know if that's true. I don't see how those are
でも
related.
僕が嫌なんだよ。もっと大人にならなきゃって思ってるんだけどさ。
I just feel like I need to be more mature.
男なのに情けないって思って。
I'm supposed to be a man, right? It's kind of humiliating. Come on, not this again. Here, let me show you something. Huh? I grabbed Ricky's arm, rolled him over onto the bed, and hugged him as hard as I could. Aw, he's blushing.
急になんだよ。
What are you doing? Nothing. I just feel like hugging you. What? As usual, his face turned red and he pressed his lips tight in frustration.
ほら、そうやっていつも子供扱いするじゃないか。
See, you can't help but treat me like a little kid. It's because you're so cute. But the truth is, I'm not treating you like a kid. If I didn't see him as a full-grown man, I wouldn't have done that. Get it? What? I pointed out that this was a normal thing for couples to do. Rookie's mouth open and closed slightly.
ああ、もう、なんであんたの方がそんな余裕なんだよ。
How can you be so much more relaxed than me?
全然ダメだ。かっこよくない。くそ、悔しいな。
I'm so uncool. It's frustrating.
僕だって。
If I could
俺だ
just...
って。
Just... Seriously, you're fine just the way you
あ
are.
んたが侮ってくるからだろ。ああ、もう。
Doesn't help when you tease me like this. Despite his bright red face, he held me tight against his body. I could feel his heart pounding even through his shirt. I was probably goading him on like this because I wanted his desire for me to grow more and more. He was carrying all of this guilt about feeling too young, like he was a burden. It was hard for him to be proactive. As his partner, of course, this was frustrating for me. Rookie, want to make out? Gasp! I suddenly whispered that to him. He got the reaction I was hoping for.
僕が言おうと思ってたのに。
I was just about to ask. Guess I was
あ
faster.
んまそういうことばっかしてると痛い目見せるよ。
Well, don't go too fast or you'll hurt yourself. He said that with a fake concern, then pulled me to him. His kiss had a slight bite to it, and he grabbed my wrist like a kid who didn't want to let go. The kiss was rough but cute. He couldn't hide his frustration. I opened my mouth to speak, but he just gave me another deeper kiss. It's like he was trying to tell me he didn't like being guided.
もっと大人になってみせる。そしたら
I'll
あん
start
たか
acting
ら
more
余裕を
mature.
奪ってやるから。
Then I can be the one taking the lead. As he whispered that to me, his conscious composure left his eyes. I think this was exactly the face I was hoping to see. Maybe I really was just being mean, but if I wasn't, would he be as cute? I love you, Ricky.
僕の方が
I love you
も
more.
っと好きだから。
I kissed him aggressively and he bit my shoulder in frustration. Laying in bed, we bit at each other like puppies, alternating between kissing and confessing our love. Probably neither of us were very mature, but you can find happiness in that with that. I can speak. It's fine not to grow up till much later. Until then, just enjoy things as they come. Well, there are a couple of cuties. Alright, let's see if I read this correctly. Oh, no, that's Allan. Alright. Alright, it says you complete all 5 previous routes to unlock the secret route. Oh, Parasite workout. Let's see, we're gonna start
ス
a
ター
new
トするんだね
game.
君と再会できたチャンスを今度こそはものにするから
Gil, you're so dramatic. Yas. Play the Jupiter route. Yes! Okay. The beginning of everything. This is a story of what would have happened if the HQH incident had never taken place. It's also the story of how a sensitive parasite gained a little bit of bravery. Or, now that I think about it, maybe more than just a little bit.
Chii.
Chii? So cute. Subtly Hestia, a meeting of the Deconcentus.
ジュノーはどこだ
Where's Juno?
ジュノーが消えた
She seems to have
いい
disappeared.
コンセンテスのジュノーが会議を欠席するとは何事だ
She's one of the Deconcentus. She's not allowed to just disappear.
そういえば、ミネルヴァとヴィーナスは最近ジュノーと喧嘩していなかった？もしかして二人で消しちゃった？
Minerva, Venus, didn't you three of you get into an argument recently? You didn't banish her, did you?
ああ、そのようなことがあったな。トロイアの王子パリスに三人のうちの誰が最も美しいか審判させたんだったか。
I believe I recall that. You forced Paris, Prince of Troy, to judge which of the three of us were most beautiful.
喧嘩ってトロイア戦争の頃の話でしょ確かにムカつきはしたけれど3000年も前のことをいつまでも引きずりはしないわ
Oh, during the Trojan War, right? I was annoyed, certainly, but that was 3,000 years ago. I don't hold grudges like that.
そうよそれに私がジュノーを殺す理由なんてないわだって私は審判で勝ったんだもの
And I have no reason to want to kill Juno. After all, I won the judgment, didn't I?
シングは戻ってきていない。ジュノーはどこかで生きているはずだ。
Her the divine artifacts haven't returned, so she must still be alive somewhere.
それだけではない。あれを封印した石が消えた。
Also, the stone created to seal away a certain something has disappeared.
まさかジュノーが
You don't mean to say that Juno...
それは大罪だ。神であっても許されざる行為だ。
have the hiccups. That's a mortal sin. Even a god cannot be forgiven for such an offense.
でもジュノーがいなければ罪を問うこともできないわ
We can't make her answer for her crimes unless we can actually find her.
ではジュノーはどこへ
Which brings us back to the original question, where could she be?
ジュノーがいなくては結婚を守れぬ
Without Juno, we have no way to protect the Institute of Marriage.
ジュノーを探さねば石が復活する
We must find Juno or the stone will activate.
ジュノーを探せ
We must find Juno! Find Juno. Paranormal activity. Pretty much everyone is familiar with Cupid. Cupid is the god in charge of helping people fall in love. She's supposed to watch over the world of man from Celestia, the home of the gods far above, but she is now living among them in the human realm. You could say that she's studying abroad in order to learn more about mankind. Actually, let's see what this looks like for a flowchart. There are no choices. We're just reading. We're just going with the flow here. Okay. Made it just in time.
Chii.
Chii. Sit back, relax, get cozy. We're just gonna be vibing for a little while. I ran into the classroom just as the bell rang, and my friends welcomed me with a round of applause.
はい、ギリギリが今日も校門から教室まで最短記録更新ね。
Hey, Leah! Looks like you just broke your own record for fastest time between the school gate and class.
大丈夫？すごい勢いで走ってくるから心配してたんだ。
You okay? I was pretty worried since you were running at full speed. Thanks. The truth is, I'm just really confident in my sprinting skills.
そうだな。だが短距離走で A はやれん。これは恋愛心理学の講義だからな。
That's great, but that's not worth much here. This is romantic psychology, not gym class. Sorry. The professor looked less than impressed as I sat down next to Gil, who always made sure to save me a seat. He quickly passed me a drink.
喉乾いたでしょ？はい、どうぞ。
You're thirsty, right? Here, take this. Thanks a bunch, Gil. He always had a drink ready for me, and I was always happy to accept. I took a sip. Gil Lovecraft, the first friend I ever made in the world of man. He was a junior and 2 years older than my human form. My first day of college, I was standing at the front gate, totally flustered. He saw me and kindly showed me to my class. I told him I was an exchange student, and he was nice enough to teach me all kinds of things about the world. Thanks to him, I can go on the subway, buy stuff at the grocery store, all the daily life stuff.
急いで出てきたみたいだけど、戸締まりとか大丈夫？
So knowing Clarice has been giving Gil dreams, your opinion of him change any? No. Because having a naughty dream does not correlate with stalking. Like, he realized he liked her more because of the dreams, but at no point did they say that a succubus or an incubus would make you become obsessed with somebody. In fact, Allan was causing girls to leave their fiancés, so I don't think that's a sign that she was influencing him in a way that was causing him to act insane. It was literally him pushing his emotions onto her and not saying anything directly to her and getting his own feelings hurt in the process. So no. You seem to have rushed, but did you lock the door? Of course I did, never fear.
そっか、ならいいんだ。前に君の家に行った時に開けっぱなしだったから心配になってさ。
That's great, then it's fine. Your door was open when I visited you last, so I was concerned. Oh, he wasn't wrong. I bumped into Gil on my way to the store, and he helped me find the necessities I was looking for. From there, he even went with me to pick out a bunch of other home goods that I needed. Just soap, food ingredients, and seasonings, even cleaning supplies. When we got back to my place, I saw that I'd totally left my door unlocked. From then on, Gil has been worried sick about me. Maybe that's why he's been so eager to keep helping me out since that day. When I was a young child in a small town, we never locked our doors. I will never be that person again. Thanks for everything you've done for me. I'm really happy with the way things have been going so far.
あ、うん。でも、男手がまた必要になったら言って。俺、ルームシェアの相手も探してるし、なんて。
Oh, okay, but tell me if you need my hand again. You know, I'm looking for a roommate now, so, well. Oh yeah, I hope you find someone nice.
そうだね。
Yeah, thanks. We're not roommates in this reality. Interesting.
それで何か行動を起こしたり手間をかけた時、人は自己の矛盾を解消するために相手を好きになる。これを
So when
心理学では
you
認知的
love
不協和
acts
理論と
differently
いい、
from what you expect, you mentally compensate to explain it. This is cognitive dissonance. Gil and I stopped whispering to each other, and I focused my attention on Professor O'Connor's lecture. Romantic psychology is so interesting. I never would have guessed they came up with a whole theory to explain love at first sight. Meanwhile, I just have to shoot my arrow at someone and bam, they're in love at first sight. But humans have all these theories about how you fall in love with someone you've never met because of genes or shared culture. Just thinking about that kind of thing is so much fun. What could my professor think if he knew that Cupid herself was in his class studying romantic psychology? When I left Celestia and decided to come down here in order to go to college, I was worried about how things would go, but I've made some good friends and was living a peaceful, ordinary human life. Nobody had any suspicion that I was actually a god.
Chii?
Chii? As I listened to my professor, I thought back on the day that my mom and dad saw me off to the human realm. Mars, the god of war, and Venus, the god of love, both of them far up above in Celestia. I wonder what they're doing right now. Before coming down to the world of man, I'm so tired. I was walking through Celestia by myself, which was pretty common for me. Dad had just spent the last 2 hours scolding me for slacking off, even though I totally wasn't. He told me to stop complaining and get back to connecting people together, but I just didn't feel like it anymore. I didn't feel like going back to my room either, so I started wandering around aimlessly. At times like this, Celestia can be kind of annoying. There really isn't much else to do besides walk around. Eventually, I saw my aunt coming towards me. She was one of the 3 deconsentists that I see on a regular basis, Lady Minerva, goddess of war and arts. I call my aunt, but just like my dad, we're not actually related by
あ
blood.
ら、キューちゃんじゃない。そんなむくれた顔してどうしたの？かわいい顔が台無しよ。
Hey there, Cupid. What's with the long face? A beautiful girl like you shouldn't walk around looking so sad. She's wearing that weird hat again. What's it called? A cowboy hat or something? Aunt Minerva had a different hat every time I saw her and loved teaching me the different hats' names.
あ、わかったわ。またマーズに怒られたんじゃない？どう？当たってる？
Wait, let me guess. Mars chewed you out again, am I right? Aren't I? Yeah, he's mad at me because humans aren't getting married as much anymore.
結婚はジュノーの役目なのに？
But isn't marriage Juno's domain? Yeah, I thought I was taking care of the matchmaking side of things pretty well, but I thought of Dad's lecture again and couldn't stop myself from frowning harder.
大変ね、キューちゃん。あんな戦バカがパパで。どうせお説教ついでにトロイア戦争での苦労話とか聞かされたんじゃない？
Having a military father must be pretty tough, huh? Did he start crowing about how hard he had it during the Trojan War? I could only nod silently. She was right naturally. Dad just loved bringing up those old war stories of his. I'm the one of the younger gods, but Dad has been around for thousands of years. In other words, he's kind of an old fogey, but since he has so much knowledge and experience, he can basically talk forever. Aunt Minerva, could you see how sick and tired of everything I was and let out a friendly giggle?
ねえ、よかったら私の部屋に来ない？ちょっとおしゃべりしましょうよ。
Listen, why don't you come back to my room? We can sit and chat for a bit. You don't mind, Lady Minerva? For some reason, she gets really annoyed if I don't refer to her as a Lady Minerva. But why would she invite me to her room all of a sudden? I've never stepped foot in there before. Actually, I don't believe I've ever seen any of the other gods' rooms. I always just go back and forth from the spring. Does this know I've read
神
this
様
before
だ
or
っ
no?
てたまには誰かと話して気分転換しないと。
It's very similar to the conversation we had before. Even us gods need to have a heart-to-heart once in a while. It can be nice if change of pace.
そもそもキューちゃんたら仕事漬けでしょ？仕事以外のことを何も知らないままで他人の恋を応援なんてできないと思わない？
Besides, you've been working too hard, Cupid. If all you ever do is work, you can't help others in a way of love. Don't you agree? She's got a point. All I do all day is shoot my arrows or sit in my room. I don't really know what love is. I don't even know how to have fun. It seems pretty strange trying to connect people together when I don't know anything besides my bow and arrow.
あなたに見せてあげたいものがあるのよ。元気が出そうなレディー・ミネルヴァの秘密をね。
There's something I'd like to show you, a precious secret of mine that I think might cheer you up. Dad told me to not spend time too much with Aunt Minerva, but But Dad also said I need to take my job seriously, and if Aunt Minerva thinks I need something more to do for my job. Anyways, it's Dad's fault I'm so worn out. Why should I just do whatever he says? I looked around to make sure nobody else was watching, then gave my aunt a tiny nod. Can I open my eyes now?
まだまだ。
Not just yet. Now?
はい、目開けていいわよ。
Okay, open your eyes.
レディー・ミネルヴァの秘密の小部屋へようこそ。
Welcome to Lady Minerva's secret room. Whoa. Standing inside Aunt Minerva's room, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was overflowing with objects from the human realm. She had a hat collection lined up, but most interesting thing was this machine that I've never seen in person before. This is incredible. So many strange devices I've only glimpsed through the spring. How do you even use these things?
どう？びっくりした？
Well, surprised. Yes, Lady Minerva, very. Where did you get all of these?
もちろん人間界にこっそり降りて買ってきたのよ。
I went down to the human realm and smuggled them back, of course.
あ、でもこのことは誰にも内緒よ。ジュピターったら人間に干渉するなってうるさいんだもの。
But don't tell anyone. Jupiter gets so touchy when it comes to getting involved with humans. But don't you need his permission to go down to the human realm in the first place?
ここだけの秘密なんだけどね。実は私、降臨用の扉も自分で作っちゃったの。私専用のゲートよ。
This is just between you and me, okay? I actually created a special gate just for me that lets me go down there whenever I want. What? I didn't even know something like that was possible.
学問の神に不可能はないわ。あ、でもこれこそ誰にも秘密よ。バレたら八つ咲きどころじゃないもの。
I'm the goddess of the arts. Remember, nothing is impossible for me, but keep it a secret. He'll tear me apart if he finds out. Okay, I understand.
この部屋も誰にも見つからないように作った私だけの隠し小部屋なの。だから Q ちゃんが初のお客さんってわけ。
This room really is a secret. There's no way anyone else can find it. In fact, you're my very first guest. But why did you decide to show me this?
Q ちゃんの元気がなかったから。というのは建前で、あなたなら私の趣味分かってくるんじゃないかと思ったのよ。
Because I thought it might cheer you up. Actually, more than that, I thought you might be able to relate to my passion.
ほら、私ってば変わり者だって深海でよく言われているじゃない？この趣味も分かってくれる子全然いなくって。
I'm sure you know that a lot of the other gods thinks I'm kind of weird. Nobody understands why I like these things I do. I know what she means. Dad has told me more than once how strange she is and to stay away from her.
でも人間の文化って本当に面白いのよ。ずっと変わらない時を生きてる神と違って人間はどんどん変化していくの。
But human culture is so interesting. We live all eternity never changing, but humans are changing all the time.
人間が変わっていくなら私たち神も変わっていくべきなんて思わない？
And if humans can constantly evolve, don't you think we should be able to do the same thing? I guess I see your point. It used to be that nobody ever talked about low birth rates or getting married late in life. Humans used to have to struggle just to survive, so they all did basically the same thing to preserve their precious lives. In which case, maybe the rule of matchmaking aren't the same as they used to be. Maybe compatibility alone isn't enough.
というわけで Q ちゃん一緒に DVD 見ましょうよ。
Anyway, Cupid, let's watch a DVD. A DVD?
DVD 人間たちが作った機械の一つでこれだけで映画が見られちゃうのよ。
Yeah, a DVD. It's a fairly simple human invention that lets you watch movies at home. DVD movies. I can't say I've ever really heard those words spoken in Celestia before.
ほらこれとか最新作なんだけど素敵な人間同士の恋が描かれているの。
Here, check it out. It's a brand new movie that's supposed to portray a most wonderful kind of love between fellow humans.
これを見たらキューピッドの恋結びのヒントになるとは思わない？
It might give you some hints on things you can do as Cupid. What do you think?
なんて、まずは見てみないとわからないわよね。Q ちゃんは映画が何なのかすら知らないんだもの。
Never mind, let's just give it a watch. You probably don't even know what a movie is, huh?
大丈夫。怖いものじゃないわ。さあ、そこ座って。レディー・ミネルヴァ劇場の始まり。
It's okay, there's nothing to be scared of. Come on, just sit right here. It's time for Lady Minerva's afternoon theater. And that's how my relationship with Aunt Minerva started. A few short days later, I found myself completely addicted to these new movie things. Raoul Akernut is so amazing. That bungee jump he did was really cool. Movies are so interesting. They show us all kinds of different worlds and viewpoints. All the other gods should watch them too. The Soheri Desert, Lost York University, Parmigian Temple. I don't know what that one's supposed to be originally. Movies give a glimpse into the parts of human lives that I can never see from my spring. I want to watch some more movies. Aunt Minerva said I could visit whenever I want, but after my dad yelled at me, I felt like I should take my job a little more seriously, so I grabbed my bow and went to the spring. What? They already broke up? They just got engaged! The couple that I connected just a month ago was already going through their own personal hell. As soon as the arrow's effects were off, the woman started noticing the man's annoying habits, so she finally broke things off. But I hit them with my arrow and they started dating. They were total lovebirds. I thought they'd get along well. They moved in together almost immediately and even started checking out wedding halls, but now they were in a world of pain. And all because he forgot to unroll his socks before he put them in the laundry basket. How can a rolled up sock be more powerful than Cupid's bow of love? Humans' brains are so weird. It's just annoying, Cupid. It's just annoying. It gets wet, and then you put it in the dryer, and it's still wet, Cupid. You have to...
どうしたキューピッド
What's wrong, Cupid? Dad! A couple I matched just last month had a fight over a rolled up sock, and now they're broken up their engagement.
靴下
A sock? Yeah, I don't know why it's such a big deal, but she's so mad. It must be pretty awful or something. What should I do? Humans seem to be getting more and more complicated every year. Matchmaking feels like it's impossible now. I feel like humans already have so much to worry about in their day-to-day lives. They wouldn't break up over something so trivial. Either they live or they die, right? Most of them desperately want to pass on a better world to the next generation. But I feel like maybe we were wrong about that, and even if we are wrong, I have no idea what we can do about it. If only Juno were here so she could make sure that they got married and lived happily ever after. Is she super busy or something?
そうだな。我々もなかなか会えないぐらいには忙しいようだ。
Well, yes, I guess. Too busy that he can't see us. I see. So now that part of my job too then? But the human mind is just too complicated for me to understand. I've been pairing up so many people every single day, but they're not getting married. If only I knew more about them.
ジュピター様のおっしゃることは本当のようだな。
It seems like what Lord Jupiter mentioned is true. Huh?
今の話を聞いて、わしも心を決めた。キューピッド、大切な話がある。一緒に来なさい。
I've made up my mind after what you said, Cupid. I have something important to talk about. Come with me. I had no idea where he was taking me until...
キューピッド、よく来たな。
Cupid, welcome. I never would have guessed my dad was taking me to see Lord Jupiter himself. The leader of the Deconcentus, the greatest god within Celestia. The almighty god of all gods who lower gods like me aren't even allowed to speak to. He was now standing before me.
キューピッド、固まっていないで挨拶しなさい。
Cupid, don't just stand there, kneel down. Yes, of course, Lord Jupiter, please forgive my rudeness. I quickly kneeled down and bowed my head.
頭を上げなさい、キューピッド。 私はただお前に頼みがあるだけなのだ。
Raise your head, Cupid. The truth is I want to ask you a favor. A favor. As I nervously raised my head back up, I saw my dad nod towards me.
キューピッド。人間界へ留学しなさい。
Oh, so I didn't run away from home this time. I see. I see. Go study in the world of human beings. Study? What? Did I turn the music way down on this? I did. You want me to go down to the human realm? A god descending down to the world of man, otherwise known as Advent?
最近、人間たちの結婚率の低下が著しい。
Recently, the human being's marriage rate has declined significantly.
わしは、お前がサボっているのではと思っていたのだが、ジュピター様のお考えは違ってな。
I thought you were slacking off, but Lord Jupiter had something different in his mind.
神々が人間の営みを知らないせいで結婚率が下がっているのではないかとのことだ。
Perhaps us gods are too ignorant about human lives, and that causes the decline of the marriage rates.
だからとりあえず、大学に入学して人の営みを学んでみなさい。
So just enter a college and go learn human lives. College? I've seen that mentioned in some of Aunt Minerva's movies.
人間の短い人生の中で特に大きく価値観が変わり、多様な人間と触れ合えるのが大学という場所らしい。
I heard that college is a place where human beings can change their values and interact with diverse humans in their short lives.
そこで様々な愛の形を学ぶこと。それがキューピッドであるお前の留学に求めるものだ。
Thus, learn many types of love. That is what we demand in your studying.
留学の期間は大学に入学してから卒業するまで。
The
そう
period of
長くはな
study.
いが、好奇心旺盛なお前なら十分学べるだろう。
The period of studying is from entry to graduation. It's not that long, but since you're very curious, you will be able to learn enough.
キューピッド、言ってくれるか？
So, Cupid, will you do as I ask? Yes, of course. To be honest, nothing would have made me happier. Just watching their movies had stirred my heart. So this was how it was suddenly decided that I would go down and study in the human world of man. She come home every night. Since then, Celestia has been busy preparing for my descent to the world below, putting together human clothing, money to take with me, creating a family register, and securing a place to live, applying to college, and researching the best way to acquire knowledge from the human realm. I've never imagined why the Deconcentus would ever have a reason to talk to me. Lord Jupiter had asked Lord Mercury and Lady Ceres to tell me more about the human realm. But it turns out that none of the other 12 Olympians even knew what was going on down in the world below. I guess they were all too busy guiding humans in their own way. They probably didn't care what lowly Cupid was up to. So after some time had passed, the day of my departure had finally arrived. Okay, Mom, Dad, I'm leaving now.
キューピッド、気をつけるのだぞ。あと人間界では信号を使ってはならんからな。
Cupid, take care and never use your divine artifact in the world of humans below, okay? What, really? But is she gonna meet Allan? What a wonderful, curious question. Maybe. Does Allan exist in this realm? She's not Gil's roommate in this world.
ジュピター様がそのようにと。いたずらに混乱を招くだけだからな。キューピッドの矢は禁止だ。
Yes, Lord Jupiter has told me to tell you it will only lead to pointless confusion. You must not use your bow. Okay. I was really looking forward to matchmaking whilst in the human realm, so I was disappointed to hear that. But even without my divine artifact, I was still Cupid, so I decided I'd just have to do my best without it.
エロス元気でね
Take care, my little arrows. I was wearing one of the outfits Mom and Dad had gotten for me. I gave them a wave and prepared to leave. I looked around for Aunt Minerva to tell her goodbye. Did she not come? Aunt Minerva had helped me pack and had came up with the name I was going to use when I go to the human realm. I really wanted to see her before I left so I could thank her, but her and Mom weren't on their best of terms, so she hadn't came. Oh well, I won't be gone that long anyways. From the first day of school to graduation would take about 4 years, and Lord Mercury had told me that 4 years in the human realm was like a blink of an eye for us gods. I can't wait to go down there. I cheerfully gazed into the Advent tree. Wow, so this is the entrance to the human realm. It was the only tree that had leaves just like the ones in the human realms. I'd heard tales of it, but I'd never seen it myself. I'm so excited, but also kind of nervous, which I guess is to be expected. In my entire life, I never left Celestia. I turned around to take one last look at my home when I saw something white and fluffy pop up from behind Dad. Human Cupid looking so cute. I like this hairstyle. Yeah, it's like little braids too from the back. Chii. Huh? The fluffy little thing hopped onto my shoulder. Dad, what is this adorable little thing? Where did you find him?
ああ、そうそう。ジュピター様から真珠を一緒に連れて行くようにと言われていたのだった。
Yes, Lord Jupiter told me to have a holy beast go with you.
こんなやわな真珠、わしは見たことがないが、何かの役に立つんだろうか。ジュピター様のお考えは時々わからん。
Are we insulting Peter right now? It's the first time I saw such a soft holy beast, but how useful can it be? I sometimes cannot understand Lord Jupiter.
Chii! Chii!
I swear I'll punch you. That's what he just said. He's from Lord Jupiter? Well, aren't you an energetic little divine beast? What's your name?
Chii!
Chii. Chii, huh? Well, I hope you'll be a reliable companion, Chii.
エロス、私たちも深海からあなたのことをよーく見守っているわ。
Eros will be watching you closely from Celestia.
うん。万が一お前の身に危険が迫れば、必ずや俊足のシンバを買って行くと約束しよう。
Are we on the secret route? Yes, we are. And it's just a vibe. Look at this. It's a straight line. I got no choices in here. Oh, I just realized his photo down there on the bottom. I hadn't noticed it before. If you are in danger, I will promise that I will go to you with a swift holy horse. Come on, Dad. Spoilers, his photo says it all. Technically, I think maybe the game assumed you'd figure it out. But it did call it the Jupiter route when you first started, so. Come on, Dad. He likes to yell at me a lot, but in the end, he really does care about me. It felt nice knowing he would be there to rescue me if I needed him to. I'll be fine. I'm gonna be a great human. I promise, okay? I'm off. Wow! The vivid colors of the world flooded into me. I was completely captivated. People, and more people. Vibrant shops and objects. A world of color totally unlike the drabness of Celestia. So this is the actual human realm. It's incredible. Chii. Chii and I looked at each other. He was clearly just as fascinated by the scenery of Lost York as I was. All the anxiety I felt before I left had completely disappeared, replaced by a sense of overwhelming excitement. Starting today, I'll be living my life as Leah Mir in this amazing city. I just like when she talks, it's like... And next week, I'm officially be a student at Lost York University.
Chii!
Chii! I took Chii by the hand, and together we headed for the apartment that my dad had set up for me. And that was how my experience studying the world of man began. A month had already passed since I first arrived. Somehow, I felt like I'd been here forever, but like the time had passed in a flash at the same time. The flow of time down here felt completely different from up in Celestia. I couldn't figure out how to put it into words. One thing I did know was that my time, so far, had felt faster, longer, and more fulfilling than my time in Celestia. I even found out about a program that will help me get a job while I'm studying. I learned about a system called an internship. If I were going to live in the human realm, I figured I may as well see what it's like to work at a company. I couldn't decide what kind of job I should get. In fact, I didn't even know what kind of jobs there were. That was just one more thing I wanted to experience while I was in college. Hey Chii, what kind of company do you think we should work for?
Chii?
Chii? When I asked, he just tilted his head at me as if he had no idea. I stroked his back as I sat there thinking about my unknown future company. I just hope I can find something nice. I had no idea if I would ever be able to return to the human realm again. For the time being, I had the blessing of Lord Jupiter, so I wanted to have as much fun as I could while I was here. With that in mind, I tried to enjoy my college life as much as possible. It's Allan's music. Chii's big secret.
というわけで、キューピッドが人間界に降臨したらしいわ。
So Cupid has descended into the human realm.
もともとあの子を人間界に向かわせようと思ってたから、結果はオーライね。マーズとジュピターの監視下ってところが厄介だけど。
I did want her to go down there myself, so that's fine, but having Mars and Jupiter keeping an eye on her is kind of annoying.
少し早まったけれど、予定通り行くわよ。本当にあなたはキューピッドの弓矢はいらないのよね。
I guess we'll just have to move our timetable up a little bit, just to confirm you really don't want the bow and arrow.
ああ、俺はキューピッドさえもらえればいい。弓矢なんて悪魔にとっちゃ危険物でしかないからね。
That's right. I just want Cupid herself. A bow and arrow is nothing but a threat to a demon like me.
じゃあ、キューピッドが恋をして、キューピッドの矢の保持資格を失うように、一緒に頑張るわよ。
Then, Mr. Demon, let's work together and get Cupid to fall in love so she loses the right to wield Cupid's bow. See, he is here. Still want her to fall in love. 397. My camera's over this. One day I was sitting in class paying close attention to the lecture just like
今日
normal.
はラブスタイル類型論を話すとしよう。恋愛色彩理論とも呼ばれるこの類型論は人間の恋愛を6つの型に分類する考えだ。
Today we'll learn about love style typology, also known as the color wheel theory of love, which divides human love into 6 models. 6 models.
ラブスタイルを構成する要素にはアガペ、プラグマ、ルダス、エロス、マニア、ストルゲの6つがある。
The 6 fundamental types of love are agape, pragma, ludus, eros, mania, and storge.
それぞれの位置関係はこうだ。
These 6 styles are distributed like this.
向かい合わせの関係にあるタイプはあまり相性が良くないな。互いの恋愛観を理解できないとされているんだ。
So that's why Allan and Peter are opposites. They're opposites. I'm changing the bed covering with fresh, clean ones, and my cat decided she wanted to be inside. That sounds like a cat. The opposite types generally don't mesh very well. They find it difficult to understand each other's views on love. Agape is obsessed. Ludus doesn't even understand. Eros. I don't know. I wouldn't say Shelby and Ryuki had problems understanding each other. They got along pretty well.
それでは一つ一つを説明していくとしよう。
Now then, I'll go a little bit more in depth on each type.
まずはアガペ。これは献身的な愛だ。自分を犠牲にしても相手に尽くす。相手の幸せを優先するタイプだ。
This type devotes themselves to their partner no matter what. They prioritize the happiness of others over their own.
そしてプラグマは実利的な愛だ。相手の経済力、経歴、身分など
We're not doing
社
this
会
in order.
的地位に価値を感じるタイプ。
Pragma, as you might guess, this type is very pragmatic. They value social status like economic power, career, and class
そ
position.
してルダスは遊びの恋を楽しむタイプだ。一人の人と深く長い関係を築くよりもいろんな人と軽い付き合いをするのを好む傾向にあるな。
I bet the new boy is Eros, but Eros is Ryuki. Does this say anything about their love style? Let's see. I don't know. He does. His color is like teal. We'll find out. We're gonna find out. This type enjoys playful, casual connections. They prefer many shallow relationships over one serious one. Oh wait, that's right, but they call Lynette Eros. That might be her last name? Oh, Lynette Eros. Eros is what she's called as Cupid. Cupid and Eros is another word for each other.
次は美への恋、エロスだ。
Does he have a
美
last
しい
name?
ものが好きで、特に外見的な部分を重要視する。一目惚れが多いのもこのタイプの特徴だな。
Miranence Levin. It's very hard to read over the fonts. Next, the type that falls for physical beauty, Eros. Appearance matters to them, and love at first sight is very common.
マニア、熱狂的な愛。噴火したマグマのように相手も自分も燃やし尽くしてしまう。嫉妬心が強いのも特徴の一つだな。
Then there's mania, enthusiastic love. Their love burns like lava, and they tend to be pretty jealous by nature.
最後はストルゲ、友愛的な愛。恋愛は友人関係の延長線上にあると考えるタイプだ。協力し合って二人の世界を想像するといいだろうな。
Finally, there is storage. Congenial love. They see love as an extension of friendship and work best in a cooperative relationship. Love type typology. That's a totally new concept to me.
この中なら私はルダスかな。同じタイプの人見つけるのに役立ちそう。
I'm probably a Ludus type. That could be a pretty useful for finding someone that's a match for my type. Come on, Clarice, you never take stuff like this seriously. That's Clarice Tia. She let me borrow her pen one day during class when I forgot mine, and we've been good friends ever since. She also taught me all about fashionable college student life, like popular fashions and makeup and nice restaurants in the city. She's super popular with the guys, and it seems like every time I see her, she's got a new boy on her arm. I wonder what type I am.
Chii?
Chii? She tilted his head in confusion. I did the same thing. I wonder if Chii has ever been in love. Well, he's a divine beast, so maybe not. I looked around at my other classmates as the lecture continued. Normally, when I'm trying to match people together, I just follow my intuition as a god. It was interesting to see how humans themselves have turned the entire concept into something more academic.
では授業はここまでだ。みんな次の授業までにきちんと小論文を書いておくように。
That's it for today's lecture. Please don't forget to finish your reports before the next class. With today's class over, Professor O'Connor left the room. That was my last class for today, so I prepared to head to work. I'd gotten a part-time job at a local movie theater. Gil suggested I work there with him, and I thought that sounded nice.
今日はバイト同じシフトだったよね。一緒に行こうか。
Your shift overlaps with mine today, right? Let's go together. Fight me, Gil, but you'd like that, so don't. Okay, thanks, Gil. He always seemed to be looking after me like that. I guess he's worried that I might get lost in this strange new place. It's true that I'd get lost on campus a lot on my way to class whenever I first got here. But he doesn't need to worry about me anymore. I feel like I'm pretty much used to living in Lost York. Okay, Clarice, I'm gonna get going.
はーい。
Yay!
相変わらず、ギルってば過保護ね。いかにもアガペって感じ。
You got it, Clarice. You nailed it. Gil sure is overprotective as always. He seems like an agap indeed.
でもあの子、どうやったら自分の恋に興味持つのかしら。ほんと強敵だわ、キューピッドちゃんは。
But when does she ever pay attention to his love? That Cupid sure is a tough enemy. Clarice, we're not enemies. So after class... That was yellow. That was Chii's font.
Chii.
Chii. Look at this house. They just flipped the original house.
ふう。やはり、この格好の方が落ち着く。
I hate being stuck in that form. Oh, burr, 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 burr. It's not. It's a different house because she's not living with Gil in this route. I guess. I don't know. I hate being stuck in that form. After she left for work, I returned to my normal form from the one she knows as Chii, then let out a massive sigh.
ああ、疲れた。あの真珠の姿になると、能力が低下するのが始末に終えんな。ろくに会話もできぬ。
Have I never noticed that he has two different colored eyes? It's quite annoying just how limited my abilities are in that form. I can't even have a proper conversation with her.
だが、危険から身を隠し、彼女を守るためには、これが一番のはずだ。
It's covered by the mask usually. But does Chii have two different colored eyes? Wait. Have I taken a screenshot of Chii recently? That's the wrong side of his face. Chii just has blue eyes. Oh, interesting. I see. I love when they have a cute pet from form. Double as cuddle buddy in both forms, right? And she just uses him as a back massager. This is the best way to protect her from danger.
だから、そう。別に、私は逃げ出したわけじゃない。
So yes, I did not escape.
あの姿になるのも、いざという時に逃げやすくするためでは。
I'm in that form not because I can quickly run away in danger occasionally. I activated my danger detection power and looked around, but luckily there doesn't seem to be any threats in the area. Still, someone has been targeting Cupid and myself lately. I decided it would be safer in the human realm, which is why I sent her down here and came along with her. Even gods age in the world of man. This is why gods almost never come down here. Of course, my plan will only work if whoever is looking for us is actually a god. So I created a gate on 7th Avenue to Lost York to try and deceive our mysterious enemy. Luckily, nobody's come looking for her yet, but I still need to keep an eye open and my guard up.
だが、未だに尻尾をつかませない。相手の出方を見るために時間をかけて準備をし、わざわざ大行に騒ぎ立ててみたのだが。
I still don't know anything about them yet. I took extra time to prepare and made a big fuss about the whole affair, but...
何にせよ、キューピッドの順応性が高くてよかった。想像していた通りだ。これならうまくやっていけそうだな。
Anyways, I'm glad Cupid was able to adapt so easily, though I shouldn't be surprised. I think we can make this work. I thought back to the moment I decided to send her down to the human realm to study. It was only a few days before she actually made the journey.
Juno がもう戻らない?
Juno will never return. Oh, there we go. There's his thing covering that other colored eye. Wait. constantly confused. I don't know how far I'm going to go. It's been a hot minute. Hang on. When's the last time I took a screenshot of? When did I start this game? That's Shelby's route. We're close. We're close. We're close. That's when you broke my arm. Oh no, wait. Does his hair cover his eye? Do I know? I'm looking at your screenshots, Grow. Listen. It would be more if they didn't accidentally delete a bunch of my old ones. Even this form covers that eye. How interesting. Okay. Juno will never return. Mars, the god of war, and Cupid's adoptive father looked stunned when I revealed the truth to him.
それは一体
But why?
これまでは細々とジュノーの反応があったのだが、つい先ほどそれが消えた。
I was only barely able to sense her before, and recently even that small present disappeared.
シングはまだ戻ってきていないが、もしジュノーが消滅したとなると、いずれシングも戻ってくるはずだ。
I can't detect her divine artifact anywhere, but even if she really has disappeared, I'm sure she'll return sooner or later.
バカな、完全に消されたと。だが我らディーコンセンテスよりも強き者がいるはず。
No way. She disappeared completely, but there's no way someone more powerful than us, Deconcentus, exists.
私も信じられぬ。もしかしたらジュノー自ら神を辞めると決意したのかもしれない。
It's hard for me to believe as well. It's possible that Juno simply decided to quit being a god.
何にせよ、このままではジュノーは空位となる。ただでさえジュノー不在により結婚率は著しく低下している。
Either
これ以
way,
上は看過できぬ。
her position is now vacant and marriage rates have started to drop because of it. We can't ignore this any longer.
だから後任に今のキューピッドを据えてはどうかと思ってな。
I was thinking perhaps Cupid would make an acceptable successor.
はい？今のキューピッドですか？
The current Cupid?
ああ、彼女は人間のことを常に真剣に考えている。そして神のあり方に疑問を持つ柔軟性もある。ディーコンセンテスにふさわしい素質だ。
Yes, she cares for the humans and she's willing to question the nature of us gods. She has the making of a fine Deconcentus.
人としての恋、結婚、営みを身をもって学べば、彼女はジュノーにふさわしい神となるだろう。
If she can gain first-hand knowledge of love, marriage, and human life in general, she could easily take Juno's place.
だから私は彼女に人間界への留学をしてもらおうと考えているのだ。
I've decided that she should head down to the world of man and study them up close for a while.
人間界への留学？誠ですか？
Study humans? Are you serious?
ああ、他の神からディーコンセンテスを選ぶなど初めてのこと。
Very. This would be the first time we've chosen another god for the Deconcentus.
そもそもディーコンセンテスが変わるという概念自体なかったしな。あれを除いてだが。
Is that the other guy? Is that the other love interest in the new game? Obviously, we've never even considered changing the Deconcentus before except for that.
絶対に失敗は許されない。だから試練をと思ってな。
We can't afford even a tiny misstep here, so I thought we should face a sort of trial by fire first.
ジュノー神は結婚を司る神だ。結婚と全ての愛を知らなければならない。
The goddess Juno rules over human marriage, so her replacement must understand that along with all types of love.
全ての愛ですか？
All types of love?
ああ、人間の愛は6つに分類できる。アガペ、プラグマ、ルダス。 エロス、マニア、ストルゲの6つだ。
Correct, you may not know this, but all human love can be divided into 6 types: agap, pragma, ludus, eros, mania, storge.
その全てに触れ、概念を理解するのがジュノーに求められることだ。
If one wants to become Juno, they must experience and fully understand the concept behind each of them.
だが、ここ深海にそれらの愛はない。だから人間界へ行き、学んでもらいたいのだ。
But none of them can be found in Celestia, which means the only way she can learn is to go down to the human realm.
それに、最近キューピッドを狙う動きがある。人間界に身を隠しておいた方が良いだろう。
Also, someone has been pursuing her recently, so this would also serve as a purpose of hiding her away for now.
彼女が受脳神にふさわしいか見極めるためにも、彼女の身を守るためにも、彼女には留学をしてもらいたいのだ。
To both prepare her to become the next Juno and keep her safe, the human realm is currently our best option.
無論、人間界の様子を確認できるよう、心中を彼女につけよう。そうすれば、身の安全は図れるはずだ。
Naturally, I've seen a divine beast with her to keep. I'll send a divine beast with her to keep an eye on things, so her safety would be guaranteed.
ですが、あれに受脳神を務められるでしょうか。
Juno would be his other half.
自由奔放すぎますので。
Preparing her to be Juno would be him preparing her to be his bride partner. That's true, but was he actually in a relationship with Juno? It was a rumor kind of thing. Are these angels actually paired? Is she capable of becoming Juno? The thing is, she might be too free-spirited.
そうだな。だが、それこそジュノーにふさわしい考えだ。
He doesn't seem to care that she's gone. Yeah, I don't think they were like in a relationship. It was just one of those things where like the book said they were together. It also said that he was a playboy, didn't it? He's Thor. Thor's hot and has lightning. That's certainly true, but I think that's exactly what makes her a good fit to become Juno.
自分を持ち、他者に流されず、それでいて人間を気遣う心を持っている。
Self-confidence isn't discouraged by what others say, a big heart that cares about the people around her. He's Zeus Odin. No, he's not. They said he's Thor. Hola, 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 hola. Jupiter. I swore they said he was Thor earlier. I know it's a spoiler for the fan disc. I'll keep it. You know there's a spoiler for the fan disc? I swore they said Jupiter was Thor before. But it says like Zeus. So. The things I Google these days.
最も人間に近い感性を持ち、柔軟で素直な彼女であれば、おそらくは今の世にあったジュノーになりうるだろう。
She's flexible, honest, and spirited in a very human way. That's the Juno we need for the current world. Maybe they compared him to Thor because of the lightning. I think so. I thought they said like Thor. I only go off what I heard in the game.
彼女がこのような神に成長したのは、父役を務めるマーズの教育の賜物だ。
I must thank you, Mars. You've raised quite a fine god.
ジュピター様ならばこのマーズ必ずやあやつを人間界に留学させてみせます
Lord Jupiter, if so, Mars, shall make her study in the world of human beings.
頼むぞ。その間に私は彼女が次代ジュノーになれるようジュノーの座の封印を解こう。
You have my thanks. In the meantime, I must also break the seal protecting Lady Juno's position so that she can be replaced.
と自信満々に言ったものの
I said that with such confidence, but the whole Greek, Roman, and Norse names things, I don't know if they're known as equivalents but have similarities. Yeah, but in this, they're making it sound like they have the equivalent kind of thing going on. Which I swore they said Thor, Jupiter, did a bit. But then again, I don't know. I mean, they have similarities, but they're not meant to overlap each other. It's like Marvel versus DC, you know? I said that with such confidence, but I still haven't broken Lady Juno's seal. I had to seal her position at first because she disappeared along with her divine artifact, meaning she couldn't be replaced. If I were to describe it using a word from the human realm, I suppose you could call it a glitch. I'd brought a tome from Celestia called the Divine Artifact Apocalypse and sourced it again for clue, but nothing stood out.
ジュノー神が失踪してからもう15年近くになるか。
It's been 15 years already since Lady Juno disappeared. Juno, god of marriage, humans believe she's the wife of the almighty Jupiter, but the fact is I've never laid a finger on her. As such, I've never known the details of her thoughts or actions. And gods and free-spirited by nature, it's not unusual for them to slip away from Celestia for 10 years or more. I've never minded when she decided to leave, but this is the first time I've lost track of her divine artifact as well.
しかも D コンセンテスのうちから行方不明者が出るなど前代未聞だ。
Completely losing track of a member of the D Consentus is completely unheard of. Born from Cronus and Ray, the D Consentus were the very first gods to exist. We've been watching over humans for much longer than the modern gods born over the last 2,000 years. So for a D Consentus god to completely disappear along with their divine artifacts should be impossible.
ジュノーが何かを企んでいるのでなければよいが。
I hope Lady Juno isn't up to something. Was her disappearance accidental or on purpose? There's no way to know, not right now. But whoever is responsible will face my wrath, this I swear. Normally, if a god disappears accidentally, their divine artifacts return to Celestia on their own. That way, we can appoint a replacement for them if need be. All gods beside the D Consentus earn their role this way. Lady Juno just abandoned her post and disappeared along with her divine artifacts. None of my search methods have found her. So now human marriages are falling apart. No matter how many people Cupid matches, without the god of marriage, they won't last.
だから彼女をジュノーにと思っていたか。
That's why I thought Cupid could become the next Juno herself, but I haven't been able to find a way to break the seal on Lady Juno's position. Since she took her divine artifacts, I have no way to appoint a replacement. Am I even doing the right thing here? Regardless, I must break the seal as soon as possible.
とにかく彼女が不在のうちに新規目視録を。
I should keep searching through the divine artifact apocalypse before Cupid gets back. Chii? Up in the attic, a mouse suddenly popped out and startled me back into my Chii form. Chii! I hate mice. That's why I hate this damnable city. Too many mice, too many cats and dogs and other vermin. Oh my. I'm home! when I get home, I found my place a complete mess. Not gonna lie, Jupiter is so attractive. I may like him more compared to Allan in terms of design. In terms of design, I think he's very attractive. And I don't know yet about his story. We have no choices on this route. We make no choice. We are just living. We're just vibing in this one. What happened? Have I been robbed? Dad had gone out of his way to get this house for me. I live here by myself, and Lord Jupiter said he set up an extra barrier to protect me from any possible danger. I heard a rustling noise in the corner of the room. No, should I call the police? What if that's someone from Celestia? I grabbed a nearby baseball bat and nervously approached the back of the room, where I saw a fluffy tail sticking out of a bag. Chii?
Chii?
Chii? Oh, he's crying. He shot out of the bag, smacked his head on my dresser, and fell over. Chii, are you okay? I picked him up and hugged him. He was trembling in my arms.
Chii! 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 Chii!
There, swirled is garbage. Oh my gosh, Chii seems like he's trying to tell me something. But I obviously had no way to know what it might be. He's my second for sure. He's definitely top tier for me as well. He's so clumsy. I wonder if something scared him and caused him to rampage around my room. I decided she was probably responsible for the mess I'd came home to. She has always been a bit of a scaredy cat. I couldn't help but wish that if Lord Jupiter was going to send a divine beast with me, he could have picked a more reliable one. She should say that out loud. Oh well, no big deal. I think I'm gonna take a bath. You want to join me, Chii?
Chii?
Chii? Chii suddenly shot me a surprised look, and I noticed he's somehow gotten ketchup on his face. Taking a closer look at him, I noticed it was actually he was pretty filthy. Say it's his face. Wait, I haven't given him a single bath since we got to Lost York. I assumed that since he was a divine beast, he couldn't actually get dirty, but it looks like a bath would definitely in order. Alright, Chii, it's bath time for both of us.
Chii!
Chii? Chii? Chii, Chii, Chii. Chii started shaking his head vigorously back and forth. Apparently he wasn't a fan of baths. Sorry, Chii, I can't let something so filthy sleep in my bed, you know? Call him a filthy boy. That was actually pretty close. It's okay. There's no reason to be afraid of a little hot water, and I'll be there with you. I guess that was his way of saying no, but I just grabbed him and dragged him towards the bath. Oh, Chii. I filled the bath with steaming water and added a little bubble bath. I climbed in, Chii in my arms, and started soaking. Whew, so warm.
Chii! Chii! Chii!
Chii's crying. Chii, why are you covering your eyes?
Chii! Chii! Chii!
Inappropriate. He's so weird, or maybe he didn't want to get bubbles in your eyes. Okay, just hold on. I'll scrub you down myself.
Chii! Chii!
As I grabbed a sponge to get to work, he started thrashing his legs wildly. Eventually, he started to calm down.
Chii!
He sounds embarrassed. He's like, she's violated me. With his eyes, though. He sighed and had a dreamy look in his eyes. I got the impression that he was starting to enjoy bath time. I didn't realize he would enjoy baths so much. I should have brought him in with me earlier. I stroked his forehead and carefully scrubbed every inch of his body. But as I started to wash myself, he suddenly fled from the room, still sopping wet. Chii, you need to dry off. Where did you... when you get out of the bath? After I got out and dried myself off, I went around and found Chii and wrapped him up in a towel.
Chii! Chii!
Chii. Stop complaining. I ignored his temper tantrum and dried him off thoroughly. As I rubbed down his horns, I got a slight shock. Apparently his horns held some kind of electrical charge. I waved my hand between his horns and felt a shock again. Does he have some kind of weak current running through his body? I felt a little like the device they used in the beauty salons my friends took me to when when I told her how stiff my shoulders were. If I use this on my shoulders, that might feel nice.
Chii?
Chii? Chii gave me a confused look, unsure what I was thinking. Without warning, I grabbed him. Wiggle, struggle. And he tried to escape in vain. I applied that current of his to my shoulders.
Chii! 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 Chii!
It feels even better than I could have hoped for. The electrical current put out by his horns felt just as nice as the massage device. My body had gone so stiff since arriving in the human realm. I've been hoping to get another massage at this point. She's so pretty. Yeah, and he's so cute. What a lovely little pair.
Chii! Chii! Chii!
She's just like, listen, this is not okay. He desperately tried to get away, but his arms and legs were so short, all his struggling couldn't do anything. Sorry, Chii, but the least you can do is lend me a little electricity after you've messed up the house like this.
Chii!
He suddenly went limp as if acknowledging that I was right. We still couldn't have a proper back and forth conversation, but it seems like he could understand me at least. Thanks, Chii. Just like that, I invented the Chii massager, but then, a few days later, I guess I used him a little too much because he retreated into my closet and has refused to come out ever since. This is so adorable, his face. The secret cupcake incident. I tried to screenshot that didn't work out. Other than that, my days of studying passed without incident.
今日は恋愛色彩理論について改めて議論するとしよう。まずどんなタイプがあるか答えられる人は？
We're going to be talking about the color wheel theory of love again. First of all, does anyone remember all the types of love? Ooh, me. Oh, there's 6. Agap, Pragma, Ludus, Eros, Mania, and Storge.
OK、完璧だ。ではそのうちの一つに焦点を当て。
Storge? Exactly. Today we're going to focus on one in particular, which is...
Dio dea! Buongiorno! 神話学の授業を始めるぞ。今日はヘシオドスのテオゴニアを読もう。
Buongiorno, ladies. Buongiorno? No. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the class, shall we? Today we will be reading the section on Hades, Hesioda, Theogony.
テオゴニアによると、クロノスの子供たちはかまどの女神ヘスティア、豊穣の女神デーメーテール、結婚と出産の女神ヘーラ、
Theogony
冥界
lists
のハーデス。
the children of Cronus as Hestia, goddess of the hearth, Demeter, goddess of fertility.
それと海のポセイドーンにケイロンに、あとは誰だったかな。答えられる人は
What if the new guy is Hades? What if he's Hades? They mentioned Hades so much. Hera, goddess of marriage and birth. Hades, king of the underworld. Poseidon, king of the ocean. Chiron, and who else? Ooh, I know, the almighty Jupiter.
That's right. ジュピター、
Ah,
つまりゼウスだ。
that's right. Jupiter, otherwise known as
ギリシ
Zeus.
ャ神話の主神であるゼウスはローマ神話のユピテルとも同一視され、英語名はジュピターと呼ばれ、
Specifically, Zeus was his Greek name, while the Romans would later refer to him as Jupiter. I swore they called him Thor. This was a pretty typical day in my relatively calm college life. My friends were kind enough to keep teaching me all kinds of things, since they knew I was an exchange student. I was just living a comfortable life with no real problems to speak of. Just vibing.
ちょっとあなた本気でやってるの？あの子もうすぐ卒業じゃない。
Are you taking this seriously? She's well on her way to graduation.
あの子が深海に帰るまであと2年ぐらいしかないわ。あなたはキューピッドが欲しいんでしょ？
only have 2 years before she returns to Celestia. You do want Cupid, don't you?
わかってるよ。
Don't have to yell, I get it.
でも、俺が彼女に近づくなんて。
But how
汚れた俺が。
is an impure demon like me supposed to approach her?
いや、でもずっと待ち続けたチャンスだ。結局大学で彼女は恋人を作りそうにないし、覚悟を決めるべきなんだ。
This is the chance I've been waiting for. It doesn't look like she's even gonna get a boyfriend. I have to make up my mind. Just kidnap her. Classic. A few days later, when I arrived at my mythology class, the room was strangely full.
新しい教授若くてかっこいい。こんな先生がうちの大学に来るなんて思わなかった。
The new professor is so hot. I can't believe someone like him wound up at our school. What's going on?
ジョルダーノ教授、世界一周旅行のチケットが当たったから1年間お休みをもらうことになったんだって。
Professor Giordano won a contest to travel around the world, so he's gonna be gone a whole
そ
year.
の代わりに来たのがアラン先生。めっちゃかっこよくない？
And his replacement is a new guy, Professor Melville. Isn't he just like the cutest?
はーい、アワハニー。ジョルダーノ教授の代わりに神話学の授業を担当するアラン・メルビルです。これからよろしくね。
Yes. Hello, our darlings. I'm Professor Melville, and I'll be taking over for Professor Giordano. It's very nice to meet you all. See how he looks like he's cosplaying? He looks like he's got glasses. Is he really that handsome? People are acting like our new professor is some famous silhouette actor or something. Sure, it's kind of rare to get such a young professor at Lost York University, but still.
Chii?
Chii. Chii was perched on my shoulder and he leaned forward to look at the new professor. He was staring at him with skepticism. Chii, what's wrong?
Chii.
Chii. He uttered a sound I've never heard from him before. I got the sense that he had a strong distaste for Professor Melville.
じゃあ、ジョルダーノ教授の続きからだから、ヘシオドスのテオゴニアを持ってきたね。今日は始まりの神話について
I'm
話
ready
をし
for
よう。
these antics. Professor Giordano left off with Hesiod theology, correct? We may as well start from the beginning, don't you think?
最初にカオス、混沌だな。これが生じた。その次にガイアとタルタロス、そしてエロースが誕生した。これが原初の神々だ。
First, there was chaos, complete disorder. Next came Gaia and Tartarus. And then, after them, Eros was born. These are the first primordial gods. Eros? Eros? That's the Greek name for Cupid. Professor, does Eros refer to the same god as Cupid? When I raised my hand and spoke, the professor smiled at me.
いい質問だね。そもそもキューピッドの生まれには諸説あるんだ。
Excellent question. Actually, there are a number of theories that attempt to explain the birth of Cupid.
美の神アフロディテと軍神マルスの子だという説。ニュクスが暗闇の中で産んだ卵から
She.
帰っ
He
た
says
説。
she a lot.
ゼウスが産んだという説だ。
Some say she's the child of Aphrodite and Ares. Others think Nyx birthed her from an egg. Or she may even be born of Zeus himself. A child of Lord Jupiter. I can safely say that the first theory is actually the right one, though. Aphrodite, also known as Venus, and Ares, also known as Mars. In other words, my mom and dad. But not really, right? They're actually my foster parents. Actually, how are gods even born in the first place? To be honest, I don't know if the first think about stuff like that. Slightly confused, I thanked Professor Melville for his comments and went back to listening to the lecture.
それで次はエレボスとニュクスが生まれ、原初の神々は多くの神を生んだんだ。
Erebus and Nyx were born next, and together these primordial gods gave birth to many more. The primordial gods he mentioned don't exist in Celestia, so listening to him was like hearing about some ancient ancestors. I finally heard a familiar name when he mentioned the birth of Zeus, or Lord Jupiter in other words.
クロノスは自分がかつてやったように自分もまた息子に倒されるのを恐れた。だから生まれた子を次々と飲み込んでいった。
Kronos was afraid that his sons might strike him down the way he did his father, so he devoured them, one by one.
だがゼウスは唯一クロノスに飲まれなかった。母が石を代わりに飲ませたからだ。
Zeus was the only one who managed to avoid this fate, all because his mother managed to get Kronos to swallow a simple stone. A stone? As I was thinking how ridiculous it was that Lord Kronos was fooled by a mere stone, a girl sitting in front of me raised her hand.
先生、この石というのは本当に石なんでしょうか？それとも何かの暗喩なのでしょうか？
Professor, was it actually a stone or was it some kind of metaphor?
いい質問だ。確かに石を神だと偽って飲ませるのはなかなかに難しいだろう。
Good catch.
相手が農耕の神クロノスならなおさらね。
It's strange to think you could trick a god with a literal stone, right? Especially the god of agriculture. I can do it.
だから一説によると本当はゼウスの双子だったのではと言われている。
That
も
explains
ちろ
why
ん
he
これ
has
は
two
人
different
間
eye
側の
colors.
憶測でしかないけれどね。
Some people think the stone was actually Zeus's twin. That's just a guess, of course.
もしくは死産として生まれた神だとか、あるいは賢者の石のような特別な力を持つ石だったのではなんて考察する学者もいるね。
Or maybe it was a god, but it was stillborn. Some scholars even believe the stone was special, like perhaps a philosopher's stone.
なるほど。ありがとうございました。
I see, thank you. I wonder how many people are currently curious about the stone. But no matter how many times I read the passage in Theogony, it just didn't feel right. Still, if Dad wanted to eat a child and someone gave him a stone and said it was a baby, he definitely might have just swallowed it. The truth is, gods really don't pay very close attention to things.
それで一人難を逃れたゼウスはクレタ島で育っていくんだ。妊婦たちに育てられてね。
Ultimately, Zeus escaped danger, but found himself all alone. He grew up in Kratos, raised by local nymphs. I flipped through Theogony again while listening to Professor Melville's lecture. Zeus, Lord Jupiter, escaped all alone and grew up in Kratos. Kratos. Professor Melville told us that Zeus made his father ingest a special drug to make him vomit out all of his children.
こうしてクロノスから解放された神々はクロノスと戦った。これがティタノマキアと呼ばれる神々の戦いだ。
And that's how the children of Cronus were released from their conflict with him. This battle came to be known as Titanomy. Right? I think I remember Mom telling me something about that. Which means this particular story is true, probably. But when is he going to talk about Cupid? I got bored hearing about stories I already knew, so I started flipping ahead of the book. Which is where I stumbled on a bunch of stories about Lord Jupiter's history of love affairs with all different kinds of women. He became a bull to seduce Europia, became a cloud to be with Lo, and became literal golden rain to hook up with Diana. He would do anything to meet women. The book described a god who was only interested in free-spirited affairs with lots of women. Did Lord Jupiter really do these kinds of things? Chii? All of a sudden, Chii hopped onto the table and looked at the Theogony. He seemed to recognize what he was looking at and suddenly tore into the book. He's like, no, and starts eating the page.
じゃ、授業はここまでだ。来週までに小論文を書いておくように。
Okay, that's it for today's class. Remember that you all have a report due by the next time we meet.
アラン教授、私個人的に聞きたいことがあって。
Professor, I was hoping I could ask you something in private.
私も教授、ちょっとお時間いいですか？
Me too, Professor. Do you have extra time? All the women in class eagerly surrounded the professor. I was hoping I could talk to him about some parts of theogony I wasn't quite sure about, but I didn't see any way to get through the gathered crowd. Besides, Gil and I had plans to meet after class so we could prepare for the campus party. Now I want some boba tea. Man, that sounds great, honestly. I just love parties. We get to bring tasty food and dance together. I put my book in my bag while I was thinking about the snacks I wanted to buy. I was walking past the professor's desk to leave when someone's hand reached out as if to block the exit.
ねえ君、俺とデートしない？
I don't think a professor can do that. Hello there, you want to go on a date with me? What? It was Professor Melville. All the girls surrounding him let out a single synchronized scream. They looked at me with shock and disbelief. All I could do in return was shake my head. I'm sure any of these other girls would be happy too.
君がいいんだ。いつ空いてる？早速今夜でも。
I want to go with you. When are you free? How about tonight? He gave me a mysterious smile and took my hand in his. Suddenly, Chii leapt off of my shoulder. Chii! Chii! And then he kicks him. Chii! Out of nowhere, he sunk his teeth into one of the Professor Melville's fingers. Let go, damn it. Can he actually see Chii? The professor was growling with pain. Meanwhile, I couldn't hide my surprise. I clearly heard him yell out, "Let go." As a divine beast, Chii was totally invisible to normal people. Professor Melville shouldn't have been able to hurt. Professor Melville shouldn't have known what had hurt him. Professor Melville, what? Next thing I knew, Gil was crying out and a plate of cupcakes were flying through the air. A plate of cupcakes? I saw them fall in slow motion. Pink cupcake, mint cupcake, all falling, spinning, twirling. Gee. Oh! One of them splattered directly onto Chii's face. Hit! But more of them rained down on Gil and the professor.
ちょっといきなり何なの？アラン教授の髪が汚れたじゃない。
What's your problem? You totally messed up the professor's hair.
ごめん、今日のパーティーの準備にカップケーキを運んでたところで、うわ、ベトベトになっちゃった。
I'm sorry, I was carrying the cupcakes for today's party and oh no, it's sticky.
参ったな。一緒に風呂でも入る？
How annoying. Care to join me for a quick bath to clean up?
え、俺と
？With me?
いや、やろうと入っても面白くないでしょう。誘ってるのは君の方だよ。
No, why would I want to take a bath with a guy? I was asking the girl. No thanks, none of the cupcakes hit me, so... Safe.
本当だ、奇跡的に回避できたんだね。
Oh, yeah, you miraculously avoided them. I guess? I got the sense that Chii had helped me avoid all the cupcakes somehow. Obviously, nobody else could see him, so...
嘘！カップケーキが浮いてる？
What? No way, that cupcake is floating?
何これ？ゴースト？
Is it a ghost? Since nobody could see Chii, it looked like the cupcake that had hit him was just floating there. While everyone else was chattering away, Professor Melville clearly looked directly at Chii and narrowed his eyes.
なるほど。かばってもらったってわけか。
I see. So you had a bit of protection, I assume. I knew it. He really can see him, can't he? I wanted to follow up with that, but first I had to get the cupcake off of Chii. I quickly grabbed it and started wiping up the floor around him. It was just your imagination, everyone. Come on, let's just clean up the mess. I'll take the rest of the cupcakes up to the party. Guild Professor, you should go and clean yourselves up. I'm sure the dorm showers are free right now. I sent them off, then grabbed the cupcakes and headed for the meeting spot. A few days later, a friend of mine told me that our little accident had become known as the floating cupcake incident and entered the Lost York mythos. I don't know if that's like, woo. The night of the floating cupcake incident, did you take another bath with Chii? Light snoring.
Chii.
Chii. After midnight, as she was fast asleep, I slipped out of the house. I decided I had to track down the demon we'd met at college, Allan Melville. I searched for any signs of Melville's presence.
あれはおそらくインキュバスだ。だが
I get the sense that he was an incubus, and yet I recognized that particular soul. Its form and figure had changed significantly,
間
but
違いない。あれは私がかつて見ていた天界の上に生まれし天使。
I'm sure of it. He's one of the angels born under the sky that I loved so much. The angel that had been paired with her, the Cupid. 400 years ago. On that day, I had been looking down at Elysium from Celestia, just as always. An angel has no name. An angel has no voice. But these angels enjoyed their shared existence as much as possible every day of their lives. I'd enjoyed looking down at those two for as long as I could remember. They always looked like they were having so much fun. They clearly cared for each other very much. Whenever I had a spare moment, I spent it observing their affection. Completely unable to talk with one another, they still cherished each other's presence. What kind of love can allow for that?
私にも愛があれば彼らの気持ちがわかるのだろうか。
If I had been capable of understanding all the different kinds of loves back then, could I have figured it out? There are many different types of love in this world, but I was really only familiar with familial love. A gap, devoted love. Prigma, pragmatic love. Ludus, playful love. Eros, physical love. Mania, enthusiastic love. Storge, congenial, what the heck? Congenial love? Congenial. Like, what? I've only felt familial love. Love of passion, jealousy, possessiveness, those were never granted to me. In order to perform my duty as God of all gods, I had to be denied those emotions. Maybe that's why I found those two so captivating. He loved her and protected her so passionately it truly felt like mania. So when a certain day came, even though it wasn't my place to do so, I decided I had to speak up. Because of that day, Mercury had selected her to become a new god. Our former Cupid had disappeared suddenly, and I visited Mercury, messenger of the gods, to ask his opinion about the situation. When I arrived, he was staring into the mirror of Elysium in order to choose a new set of gods.
あれをキューピッドに、あれをナイキに。
That one's the next Cupid, and that one's the next Nike.
あれは
That's... Within the mirror, I saw one of the two angels I came to care so much for. She was going to become Nike.
かしこまりました。すぐに手配してまいります。
Understood, my lord. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away. The divine soldiers left to begin the process.
マーキュリー、彼女をナイキに。
Mercury, you think that angel would make a good Nike? At the sound of my voice, Mercury turned and looked at me surprised.
ジュピター様。ええ、その通りです。彼女は天真爛漫で好奇心旺盛な天使だ。
Or
きっ
Jupiter.
と見事なナイキになるでしょ
Yes, she has displayed both innocence and curiosity. I'm sure she'll make a wonderful Nike. Nike is the goddess of victory. In other words, the goddess that presides over war and combat. Nike spends most of her time on the battlefield, so there tends to be a lot of turnaround for that position. Especially lately, there has been so much war, so much bloodshed. Nike was sure to expire much sooner than Cupid. And I knew I didn't want that to happen. If anything, I wanted to do whatever I could to keep them together forever. But I also knew that as a god of all gods, it was wrong to have such feelings.
選び直しはできないのか?
Couldn't you perhaps rethink your decision?
それはできません。もう手配に入ってしまいましたから。
I'm sorry, I'm afraid the process has already began.
ですが、ナイキとキューピッドの役割を入れ替えることであればできます。
Although I suppose I could switch the role of Nike and Cupid.
ならせめて候補の入れ替えを。
And please, if you can, at least do that much. I actually found myself muttering such thoughts out loud.
あの天使は愛が強い。きっとキューピッドとなれば見事役目を果たすだろう。
She has such a strong sense of love. If she can become Cupid, I'm sure she would do an incredible job.
かしこまりました。では、あれをナイキに、あれをキューピッドに。
Very well. Then we'll make that one Nike and that one Cupid.
結局、私はあの二人の間を引き裂くことになってしまったが。
Wow, we almost became a god of war. Imagine us, little Kratos, on a battlefield. It wasn't my intent, but ultimately I ended up separating the two of them. And now I'd finally found the other angel. I was sure he would be eager to help me save her, and at that moment I could feel his presence near me.
アラン・メルビル、そこにいるのだろう。
Allan Melville, show yourself, I know you're here. Disguising myself, I turned the corner and came face to face with the demon just as I'd expected.
なんで俺の姿が
How can you see me?
私はジュピター、ディ・コンセンテスの主神だ。お前に話が。
I'm Jupiter, god of all gods and leader of the Deconcentus. I must speak.
よくも俺たちを引き裂いたな。
How could you? How could you tear us apart? As soon as he saw me, his entire body tensed as if prepared for battle. Here we go, boy!
待てアラン、私はただ協力を。
Allan, wait, I just want to help.
あんたのせいで俺は打点した。この姿になったんだ。絶対に許さない。神を根絶やしにしてやる。
You're to blame for my fall. It's all your fault I look like this. I'll never forgive you. I'm going to destroy every last one of you. Sensitive Parasite. Apparently he regarded me as his greatest enemy. Murderous intent burned within his eyes. I decided it was best for me not to stick around.
こんな場所で争えば人間を巻き込む。逃げなければ。
If it comes to blows here and now, humans will surely suffer for it. I have to get out of here. I called down a bolt of lightning to strike the ground in front of him.
Chii!
Chii! Damn. He's gone. I lost him. That wasn't much of a fight, actually.
Chii!
Chii's crying. Oh no. I'd escaped by the skin of my teeth. Arriving home, I dove into her bed. You weren't in danger. You beat the crap out of him already. That was surprisingly frightening, and I never have gotten used to crisis situations like that.
Chii!
Chii. His bed is so nice and warm. I can't imagine a safer, more comforting space. However, I failed in my mission to enlist his help. I thought I could count on him to help protect her from whomever's after her.
追放された恨みから、すべての神を恨んでいたとは。
I had no idea he held a massive grudge against the gods that literally ripped his wing off and threw him out of heaven and turned his beloved into Cupid, who has no choice but to die every 400 years, whereas his angels are infinite, so... Not only could I not count on him to help us, but I had to consider the fact that he might be the one that was threatening her.
私がキューピッドを守らなければ。
I had to protect Cupid at all costs. As I was thinking about her safety, she rolled over and pulled me into a sleepy hug.
Chii.
I couldn't stop myself from calling out, but luckily she didn't wake. Light snoring. Clearly, her sleeping was undisturbed by troubling dreams. The most innocent, naive, adorable angel I'd ever seen. I wanted her to know love without pain. I wanted to preserve that delicate heart of hers. None of the other deconsentists were capable of feeling such emotions. I will protect her and make sure she's able to become the next Juno. The only way I can keep Cupid's soul from disappearing forever. See, he wants to save her too. Actual Cupid incident. Instead of hashtag Cupid incident. 398. We're actually going to stop here because I have to work in about 30 minutes. That way I have time to maybe eat something before I leave. And we finished the chapter. So what a good time to stop. We have a long way to go, I say with a question mark. Quite a few. We don't have another image for 2 more chapters, but there's back-to-back images. I'm curious, does his even have... Save it. I have a good work today. Thank you. I'm hoping it won't be too long. And then I'll be working over the weekend, thus I won't be streaming this weekend. And then I'll be off for 4 days. But I'll be streaming in the afternoon, not in the morning.
はい、イベントビューへようこそ。神話について語り合おう。
He's got a little microphone.
DA536E ギャラリーの僕を見て顔面偏差値上げたな。
There he is. This route is definitely a ride. It's a ride, but it's a ride that doesn't give you pictures, or not pictures, doesn't give you choices. From what you remember of it. Well, we're gonna finish this on Tuesday. So Monday we'll do Sympathy's Kiss, and then Tuesday we'll finish Cupid Parasite, and then we'll be on Sympathy Kiss from then. And then next week on Friday, I'll be playing Jack and Jean. So we'll be getting back to Jack and Jean on Friday since I'll be all caught up with Cupid Parasite then. But yeah. And also we're doing really good so far on Sympathy Kiss. I'm not saying all the routes are short, but if the side routes are only a couple hours, it shouldn't be crazy. And I'll probably do the one we unlocked on Monday. Hopefully I can finish it in that stream. And if it's not that long, then we'll start our third route right after. I'm on my 3rd Sympathy Kiss route. Yeah, and it's only been out for like a week. And I'm only playing it when I'm streaming, so I'm not playing it all that much. But I finished my first route, and it's only March 1st. And I have until April 4th. So hopefully I'll be done before then. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll be continuing that on Monday, and then we'll finish Cupid Parasite on Tuesday. And then Sympathy, Jack and Jean. And then once we get through Sympathy, I'll see if there's a short one. I don't know if I can finish Sympathy before the end of the month. I'm not 100% sure. I downloaded another demo. What is demo called? Touch Starved. I downloaded that demo. So I might play that demo too. If one of my streams is short, I'll play that this week since I have extra days. But yeah, I have the demo downloaded, so we can try that demo out as well. If it's I like the Threads of You Beyond the Bay one. That was really fun to play. So I'm hoping it's got a similar vibe to it. It also has monsters in it. But thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for checking it out with me. Thanks for hanging out, Ray, Jay. Who else stopped by today? I feel like we had somebody else in the chat today. Oh no, I can't remember. Cutie stopped by. We had some other people. We also got raided today by Trico, which was really nice. Actually, I could see if I could raid him. We could re-raid him back. Maybe he's finally streaming. Let's see. I've never raided before. I always forget to. Let's see. I don't know how to raid people. Next time. Next time I'll learn how to raid people. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see my more recent stuff on Twitch. And if you're checking me out on Twitch, I'll upload all the VODs to YouTube so you can check out all my older stuff on there. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Bye.